That was a dope new intro.
Yeah,
Right?
Fry made that.
I know.
Welcome, my crypto comics compatriots. I'm Matt. We're back with another edition of the Crypto Comics Couch podcast, where we break down the comic book landscape and let you in our world. So, Jared, looks like you brought a guest tonight.
Why, I did. Does anybody know who he is? Oh, wait. Oh, it's written.
Nah. Like, who?
My bad.
What?
My bad.
What did he do?
That's right. We have with us tonight the great and fabulous. Wait, I can't do it. Wait. Chad Hard.
What?
I know. A rock star amongst us.
No.
What?
No.
Well, you're our rock star.
Well, the art always has to speak for itself, right?
And I believe your art does, Chad. So thank you for blessing all of us with such great art. Like, seriously, what have you been working on these days?
Oh, I've been working on so much stuff. I feel like my head's gonna spin off my shoulders. You guys ever feel that way?
Oh, yes.
I have interiors and like 2 books, 3 if you're counting. Yeah, depending on what all you're counting.
Oh my god!
Oh, hey, there's Joy.
Hey. We got the little wave in the background. All right.
I got covers. I got.
That's fantastic.
I got prints. I wonder if I could show my print. Probably not. Daggone it.
Ooh.
I got an awesome print just in time for Spider-Man.
Oh, really? Did you see Did you see the Spider-Man trailer?
Yes, I did. And it made the 12-year-old of me extremely happy.
Okay, so I have a theory. You guys want to hear it?
Are we talking about spoilers already? Because there's people like, okay.
Yeah, I'm talking about spoilers already.
There are people that will turn this off if we start talking about this movie. Like right now.
As of right now, we're not giving away any spoilers because we haven't seen it.
Yeah, how can we give any spoilers?
I'm talking about the trailer. Like I know people that when the trailer comes on, they will shut off whatever and walk away. Like they don't want any information on the movie before they.
Well, now, okay, hold on.
Purist.
I understand that completely because when I was a kid, I freaking saw a commercial for something and I was like, oh, I want to go see that. And then I went to The Fifth Element and it was nothing like the trailer that I saw, but it was awesome because I didn't have any expectation built up and it was the greatest movie of my life because
you want to talk about deceiving trailers? let's talk about Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. Like, I was so stoked. I was like so stoked. I'm like, this is gonna be. It's got Liam Neeson. You know, I was like, oh, it's gonna be, Natalie Portman. Boo, booyah! And I go watch this. I was like, dude. And you know what's funny though? Okay, you know what's funny though? Here's the thing. Like, I got done watching the movie, and my mom was like, "So what'd you think?" And I was like, "I think I'm not 4 years old anymore." And that was my review. Like, when I went and saw the first Star Wars film, I was a child. I was a child. It blew my mind.
I was a child when it was played in the theater. I was a baby in my mom's arms.
Yeah. And so, and that's what it comes down to. Like, my kids, they love episodes 1, 2, and 3, and they love the Clone Wars. And anything past the Clone Wars is hot trash, except for Mandalorian. So,
well, I mean, can you blame them? Mandalorian.
No, I can't. But I think there's a lot to be said though about how.
What do they think of the last three?
Saw it. They hated them. Oh. Yeah, I think that the hatred for the last three is pretty universal, unless like you are a diehard Star Wars fan. I know that there are Star Wars. There's certain Star Wars fans who think every Star Wars movie or anything ever done with Star Wars is
Star Wars is untouched. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a tribalist.
Yeah,
but I will say that I am super excited about the Boba Fett series. Like, that looks. I love that story arc idea. Yeah, I like how he's going to kind of replace Jabba the Hutt, and I think that's a really cool like angle if they stick with it and make it unique and don't repeat.
I watch everything. And then I
I never listened to Rotten Tomatoes.
What do you guys think of the whole Patty Jenkins leaving Star Wars?
I hadn't heard that.
Know.
Yeah, she just dropped out
when did that happen?
Squadron. Just recently.
Oh no. I was looking forward to Rogue Squadron.
So was I.
Because she's not going to do it. It's not going to happen now, or what?
Well, it puts like a huge.
Studio, it looks like the studio's kind of putting the kibosh on it with her being gone, but there was just a lot of creative differences, and she just dropped out.
Man,
did she write it or something? No, she's not the script writer. What is she? The director?
She's the director.
Director, yeah. But see, that's not a good. I mean, the director is basically in charge of everything. So yeah.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. No.
Wow, she did the Wonder Woman 1984. The first Wonder Woman.
She did both Wonder Womans. The first Wonder Woman, she had some creative differences. She didn't like the ending and all the action sequences and stuff like that Snyder was kind of forcing her to put in. And she finally got her way with 1984. And unfortunately, we got Wonder Woman 1984 out of it. Which...
here's the only thing I'm going to say about 1984, Wonder Woman 1984. If you're going to make a movie about the 80s, you might want to have someone who lived through the 80s. I was like, this is not the 80s. Let me tell you something. Stranger Things, they nailed it.
Oh, man. They nailed it to a T, dude. Yeah. They even had the ladies with those awesome outfits that were doing aerobics. That was like my favorite when I was a kid. Dude, I am serious, man. I was like, yes. I was telling my wife about it, and she's like, oh, my God, they actually wore. I'm like, yeah, they wore that. That was the beginning. You know what that evolved into, and that's why us kids love it.
Oh.
It's
with
true.
1984, I just didn't like the CGI. Honestly, everything else I was fine with. It was just the CGI was, in my opinion, horrible. But yeah, now Rogue Squadron. Now her dad was actually a fighter pilot, so I was kind of stoked about this.
Yeah,
wait a minute. Now,
really cool.
Rogue Squadron was the one where they were going to do it on that pilot that they'd introduced through Mandalorian, right?
Oh.
I believe it was, Wedge.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that sucked. That did look really, really cool. Like, that was another good angled one that was, because I love Star Wars. I mean, I watched Star Wars the movie like 15 bazillion times. I remember I could like quote all of the lines of the movie. I watched it so many times when I was a kid on VHS after Betamax had gotten wiped
On
out.
VHS.
You all know what a Betamax
Not to
is?
date us at all, but we used to watch on VHS.
The original theatrical version that you'll never see.
I have to rewind that stuff and wait. Oh man,
Yeah,
terrible.
Almost
everybody.
Yeah.
Let's say hi to the crew real fast. There's Rose. Hello, Rose.
Oh,
hey, Rose.
Hey.
Crutchy saying, "Sup, fellas, sup." Crutchy also checking in on Rose, which is very kind. And Rose is in the morning. That is correct. And no, where have you been? Where did you go?
Looks like they were in a hurricane or something.
Oh man, everything's okay though? Good. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo. Well, hey, how is everybody's Monday? That's a great question. Chad, are you having a good, productive Monday?
I'm actually having a good, productive Monday. I'm hoping to be done with this cover tonight and be able to go to bed and sleep well for like the first time in a while. So yeah,
I can make your day even better by comparing it to what I had to do this morning.
All right, let's hear.
I had to dynamically prep a pile of cow poop with some stuff like dandelion and nettle and stuff. And so I had to go through and dig holes and put this stuff in a sequence to draw in the microbes to make it break down better and draw in the energy and stuff. And that sounds cool. It's called biodynamic farming.
Dude, I grew up Harden & Sons excavation in Las Vegas, Nevada. I have been inside a full septic tank. Yeah. And let me tell you something. I will take cow poop over human poop.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Like cow poop ain't real poop.
Oh yeah. Oh no. If I don't think I could do that job.
It's one of the reasons why I got into comics. I was like, man, it's either this or family business, baby. And
that is a.
And let me tell you something. I love my family, and they are hard. They are hard workers. I'm not disparaging anyone who works in excavation. I love you all. God bless you all. We need you all for sure. But let me tell you something. That job was not for me. That job was not for me. But that's what my brothers still do it. Dad and grandpa still, they're retired. But the Flippins in Las Vegas, shout out to Flippins, shout out to Maui One Excavation. So my cousins are still out there doing it every day. Yes. God bless them. God bless them.
Hey, blue collar, baby. I've been there, done that. I've been there, done that. I keep doing it every day just to remind myself of what they go through. Yeah, because it's rough and tough, and without those people, we would not have anything.
Society would come to a screeching halt.
It's like utility.
Yeah,
for a
that's
reason.
What I don't. Yeah, that's what I don't get about people. Who are like, we got to cancel 50% of the population. Like, no, you don't.
No, please,
no.
Please
you need everybody. Yeah.
Look, I work in the restaurant industry, and I'll tell you right now, those people in the commercial kitchen are some of the most awesome people in the whole world. It is a very honorable thing to serve people food. And unfortunately the stigma with that particular the commercial kitchen is really it's bad, but those people are incredible. And anybody out there who works for a commercial kitchen, I just want to say you are the greatest people on the planet. You feed the world wherever you work. And that is an incredible thing to me because I don't feed myself very well. Like I suck at it. I'll go all day and I'll be like, oh shit, maybe I should eat something. I'm feeling a little queasy.
I think that's something COVID taught us, that there's no such thing as a non-essential job.
Right? Entertainment industry. A lot of actors and stuff like that. They're not essential.
We can make our own entertainment.
Hey, you know what? TikTok. The cool thing is what came out of that? The indies. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, think about that. That COVID took us into a transition from people being presented something they should like to allowing people to present something to see who likes it.
Yeah. I'm just talking about, you're talking about the restaurant workers. I'm talking about restaurant workers. I'm talking about grocery store workers.
Oh yes, 100. Everyone.
Yeah, everyone who's like, I'm still showing up no matter what. Yeah.
No, and yeah, everybody's so important. Everybody's so important to keep us going. So please, everyone out there, I know that the money looks better, but please work.
Is that still going on?
I work really hard.
Not
Well,
so
dude, in some
anymore.
places, places, I've heard,
But I mean,
that there are
overall,
places where
it's
economies
not near
aren't
as-
running
yeah.
that good. Well, what have you heard, Matt?
Just looking at unemployment rates and stuff like that, people are starting to go back to work. It isn't as bad as it was, but it's still there are spots where it's still bad. So don't think I'm saying like no. It's
Matt, you're in Utah, right?
It's different. Idaho's different.
You're in Utah, right?
Else.
No, we're in Idaho.
You guys are in okay.
Yeah.
So with Utah,
just north of you.
Utah is one of the states that didn't. The economy grew during COVID.
Right on.
And it's still growing. And so the labor shortage in Utah is actually caused by, basically the economy never slowed down. So for the most part,
isn't it caused by the money given out on unemployment and things like that? I mean, if you're paying people more to work,
I know nothing about any of that.
Oh, see,
I know nothing. I have never taken a government handout. I got tax returns and stuff.
I've been on food stamps, dude. I've been on food stamps, man.
Dude, there's nothing wrong with taking.
That those assistances.
I'm just saying. I've never done it, so I don't know. No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it at all. I'm just saying I don't know.
No.
I do know one guy who he was working in the food industry, and he had a catering job. And due to the fact that there's no catering jobs during COVID,
right.
So he was actually making more on unemployment than he was working every week. But he was one of those kind of guys. He got so bored so quick that the second there was a job opening anywhere, he took it. So it's kind of. Yeah, there was
that aspect of it. There was that aspect of it, and hopefully it's getting nullified, because the only way that the economy flows is when people are working, and that's so important on every level.
Oh yeah.
Well, I took a huge hit because they shut down all the cons.
Oh,
don't get me wrong. It COVID hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Right, everybody.
It was like getting kicked in the nuts. I'm not saying it didn't hurt. I'm just saying.
Oh, it hurt everyone. It hurt everyone.
So if you had to go and do what you had to do to survive, good on you.
Well, yeah, but there was almost 100. There was 100% complete shutdown with the cons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No,
like that would.
It was over a year.
So
it was over a year.
Yeah.
Before I started.
Now with cons and stuff like that, shutting down, you can't claim unemployment for not being able to.
No, that was
books and stuff like that. So yeah,
that was all.
Well, see, I mean, I always
artists and writers, they're just getting hit left and right.
And you know what though? Here's the thing. I know guys that made more during COVID. Like shout out to Ryan Kincaid. You guys know who Ryan is?
Oh yeah,
Ryan killed it.
Heard of him?
Yeah, Ryan was like, "Oh, okay, Marvel and DC aren't publishing. I am." Boom, and I think he had the best year ever. So, where there is like an entrepreneurial spirit, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Like when I heard it, and I had my job at UVU teaching. So like when I heard
but you're still a professor, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm still a professor. I'm still working there, but I'm just saying, like I had that. I knew I had that. So like when all of a sudden they were like, no conventions, pencils down, I'm like going, dude, if I didn't have this teaching job, what would I be doing? And I was just sort of like, it just made it, like the anxiety it gave me just thinking about it was like, I was like, what would I do? But then I was watching like, okay, how are people going to deal with this? And there was guys like Ryan Kincaid who just boom. And had like a breakout year. So where there's, people who kept their cool, looked for like a new opportunity, they did just fine. Hey, there's Sprague.
What's up, man?
But it was scary.
I was messing
ain't
with
gonna lie
him.
to you. It was scary. For me, it was scary. But other things
So-
opened up. So
Since we're talking about, what you would be doing, what are you working on now?
well, I got stuff I can't talk about, and I got a little bit that I
Don't
can
talk
about.
about the stuff you can't
I know.
talk about unless you can tell us about it.
I should.
Well,
I,
we
if
all
I
in
was
good
finished
time.
with it, I could talk about it, but I need
All
to.
in
I
good
need to wrap
time.
it. But I can talk about a little bit about my Artist Elite project. That the artwork is due. Tyler, do you guys know Tyler at all? Tyler Kirkham.
You
don't.
mentioned him.
He sent me a very polite email saying, "Hey, dude, it's drop dead deadline." I was like, "Get your stuff in," because that's how artists work, right? You're just like, was it George Lucas that said there's no such thing as a finished piece of artwork, only an abandoned piece of artwork, and that's what it comes down to. You work on it till it's due, and then the second it's due, you're done working on it. So, but we were talking about this just a little bit earlier with Artist Elite. They got Ali Garza, Tyler, Ryan Benjamin, Sora Sung, basically just some of the best artists making comics today, and we're all trying this new thing, and but you got to bring your A game if you're gonna run with the big dogs.
The A crowd, the A team, the A team.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that.
I gotta make my stuff look just as appealing as theirs. So no time for imposter syndrome. You gotta
so are you guys working on different aspects? Or are you working on the same thing and then submitting and then?
So just a little bit of background.
I know I shouldn't dig too deep. I apologize.
No, it's okay. Just a little bit of background. So if you don't know Tyler worked at Top Cow, and he actually worked inside the studio with Mark Silvestri. It was like Mark Silvestri's protege, and he's been working with Top Cow for forever. And then he now he's working for everybody. He's doing. He's probably one of the biggest variant cover artists in the nation right now. So Tyler's huge. He's been huge. Ali Garza did the same with Jim Lee back in the Wildstorm days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically what's happening is, and then same with Ryan Benjamin. A lot of these guys are first generation Image artists who are basically like saying, "Hey, let's do the same thing Image did, and let's see if we can't do something on that scale." And so right now it's a big experiment. I was very flattered to be asked to join. I didn't even know what it was. I just found out who was working on it, and I was like, I'm in, just because I want my name next to these artists. I felt honored just to be asked. And so now, though, like I said, now the pressure is on, because if you're going to put your work up next to these guys, I mean, these guys are the best of the best.
Wow.
So
this is
anyway,
like putting the pressure on.
Yeah.
Like, you think you're good? We'll see if you're good.
Well, and absolutely, and
which you are. I'm not even saying you're not.
No, but we all know,
Jared,
we all know that there's a huge difference between working for a publisher that basically does everything for you, and that's.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the vast majority of my experience, has been working with Marvel and DC. Mostly DC, at least for like the last 7 years, mostly DC. And then, and they do everything. Like, they send you the script. They take care of the marketing. They publish the books. They give it to the distributors. Basically, all I have to do is draw the script they give me and do it in a reasonable amount of time. With creator-owned comics, you're doing all that crap. I shouldn't say crap, but all the stuff you don't want to do. Like, as an artist, I just want to draw. That's all I want to do. I don't want to market. I don't want to, but you have to. This is the price of admission, so to speak. And it's really hard, especially when you're like a nerdy introvert and you just want to be left alone in your basement to draw all day long. That's That's me.
That's your heaven, right?
Yeah, no, like
Yeah.
today I got to spend from like, after I got my honeydew, I woke up this morning, got my honeydew list done. And I was done around noon. So from noon till right about now for 6 hours.
I don't think I could ever get done.
You gotta stay on top of the honeydew
list is vast.
I like it. You know what I just noticed? So we got the CEO, the CPO, and the COO of crypto.
And that's so cool. I know. Fry came up with these awesome acronyms.
I think I need something in my title.
Oh, dude, let's put that. Okay, we'll put something in there right now. Just a minute. No. We're gonna put something. Well, yours looks pretty awesome, actually.
So,
all right, wait. Let me write something here.
Oh, we'll let Matt do it. I was gonna do it, but then it would have overrid his, and then it wouldn't have worked out well. Hey, Fry, welcome.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Sorry about that.
Hey, man, it's okay. We knew you were going to be running late. Don't worry. We had it covered. Matt started up the show. We didn't crash. It was great. And we've got 3 check marks up in the right-hand corner.
Woohoo!
You'd be proud of us.
Hey,
I don't know
what's wrong with that.
Yeah,
sounds good.
We're big boys today. We put on our big boy fry pants.
You almost spit that water out, didn't you there, Fry?
My timing was...
It could be water. Probably.
It's been a day.
It's been one of those days. I want to hear about Fray's day. Let's hear about it right now.
You say that again?
I said I want to hear. If that's not water, I want to hear about your day. I want to.
Yeah, come on, Brian.
No. I had a little bit of a family emergency that pulled me away right before we were getting onto the stream.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're sorry.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Hey,
hope everything's okay. Yeah, no,
And then he jumps on. The dude's such a bad A, dude. I was telling you guys before the show.
It's the fry pants. I think that's what it is.
I know. We had to pull up our big boy fry pants.
We need that on a t-shirt.
Oh, big boy fry pants. It sounds like fryer pants, though. I keep thinking of an apron.
You guys want to hear a sad story?
I feel like that's a terrible idea for a shirt. I'll be totally honest with you.
What were you saying, Chad?
You want to hear a sad story?
Yes.
You guys know how much I love your shirts, right?
Oh, no. Yeah. Maybe I don't.
I've lost so much weight I can't wear them no more.
Yeah, congratulations!
Congrats.
They're like tents.
Were you like doing push-ups and sit-ups and stuff?
No, you know what? I'm not doing any sit-ups. It's all.
Oh, well, aren't you awesome?
I'm reading this book called "Eat More, Weigh Less" and "Reversing Heart Disease" by Dr. Dean Ornish.
Fantastic.
And it's just an hour a day of fat burn in the fat burn zone, and then you just got to watch your fat intake, and everything else is open.
Mm-hmm. Is fat burn high cardio?
No. Okay, so you have three. You basically have 3 levels to cardio. You have fat burn, you have cardio, and then you have aerobic. And cardio burns the sugar that's in your bloodstream. Fat burn burns your fat cells, and then aerobic, it'll actually cannibalize your muscles, but it will build your CO2, like your ability to expel CO2 from your system. And so people who have like a really high, there's a test that anyway, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice, but
hey, we do not advise anything here. Yeah. If you're listening to us that way, you're in the wrong place.
So my
goal is
for
people to read comics. That's it.
To drop the weight
do their own
first,
research.
And after I drop the weight, build the cardio endurance and the aerobic. But I got like right now, if I were to run, I'm still 280. If I were to run, I'd blow my knees out. So I still gotta.
If I were to run, it would be to the fridge. That's it.
Yeah. I'm just saying though, I got to do more crypto comic stuff. Got to build up my shirt inventory because it's all everything I had was like 3X, and I'm in extra large. So
wow,
that's quite a difference.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So we got a comment from JD Smith saying, "So gain the weight back. No excuses for bailing on the crypto shirt."
Yeah, what's up with that, right? Hey, you can wear it like a night shirt. There's nothing wrong with wearing it like a nightshirt.
There's a lot wrong with that, Chad. We'll figure
No.
this out.
Yeah, how
Walking
about I
around
just
look
make
like
some more
Ebenezer
crypto
Scrooge
comics?
that just
Yeah.
woke up at a convention or something. We can't have that. Frog Toys comes in and says, "It's maybe a dumb question, but I have. But is Fry's name pronounced Fury? Fry,
No,
or which
it's
one?
Frey.
It's pronounced
It's
Fry.
pronounced Frey. That's how you're supposed to say it is Frey. It's supposed to be Frey.
It's pronounced Fry.
But it's
Not sure
pronounced
why
Fry,
Jared-
but it's supposed to be pronounced
Jared's
Frey.
just trying to have some fun.
Frey is Frey. Am I wrong?
I'm pretty
You're wrong.
sure
Am I
he
wrong?
would know how to pronounce his own name. I mean,
I know,
he's
but
had
they
it for
change the
at least a
pronunciation
few
of
years
names as you
now.
move through generations. I don't like the way my name sounds. I don't like it sounding like Frey. I'm going to be Fry.
Joe says we'll give you new shirts. Fun story about
There we
my
go.
name.
The man has spoken.
Boom!
The man has spoken.
My family's original name before like coming over to the United States was actually Dickman, and they changed it to Fry because
Bullshit.
Dickman was considered rude.
Well, yeah.
And obscene.
Now, this true story.
Dickman, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My grandfather on his wall has the root for Hardin, Hardin, comes from the French word hard dingus.
What?
Bro, maybe we're related.
Yeah.
Wow. We have connected dots here, people. We have connected generations and families across continents.
Let me tell you something. I think he bought it before Google, okay? I'm pretty sure my grandpa has never turned on a computer. But I'm just like going, I don't know, like. But I swear to you, like I'm reading this thing and it's like, yeah, it comes from the French word hard dingus, which means but yeah, but I don't know. Is this a family show? Are we,
I mean, it is, but we're taking it easy on the phallic.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we've crossed any lines.
Said. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Names. These are names. Just so you all know, mine. I think my family name was Bragg, Bragg, and then somebody changed it to Brague, which I don't understand why you would make that change. And then I was told my name was French, and then I found out it might be Dutch.
Illusion comes in and says, I love my temerity tee and would still wear it even if it were a tent.
There you go. That's some good art on there. I'd wear it too.
Oh, yeah.
I love my Chad Hardin shirts.
So,
it's funny I have Chad Hardin shirts.
Though, you were talking earlier about loving to, just draw and stuff like that versus, with a creator owned, you're actually having to promote it. Is it worth it? As a creator owned to, promote your own work?
It is, but it's probably 10 times the amount of stress. It's like, okay, when I was working for DC and the DC book didn't work out, it was no sweat. Like, it was just like, oh, that's too bad. You know what I mean? Like, oh.
Because they paid you.
Yeah.
Because you got paid anyways.
Yeah, and it didn't, like, nothing I ever did for Marvel or DC. It was like, first of all, you're exactly right. I'm getting paid. And it was such a step up. Like, okay, like, you got to remember, before I ever got in with Marvel and DC, I was doing stuff for Boom, for digital webbing. And so, like, the second I started doing DC books, like, it seemed like it couldn't get any better.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you got involved, like when Harley happened, it was insane. It was insane. It was insane. But it's just like
hobnobbing with everybody.
It's so much easier though. Like, because first of all, when you're working for Marvel or DC, chances like, look at who they have for writers, Jimmy, Amanda, Gail Simone, Mark Waid, Scott Snyder, you name it. I mean, if you're going to be working with anyone with Marvel and DC, chances are they're a writer with chops.
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you're working with the best of the best. And so even when a title doesn't do well, it still does better than like if I had the numbers on Blood Rain that I had on Warlord, Blood Rain would still be going.
Right.
You know, I mean, because, you know, what is considered successful by Marvel and DC is, or a failure by Marvel and DC, you know, indie publishers would kill someone to get those numbers.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Really?
yeah. Oh yeah. So when
You
do
mentioned
anything
earlier,
create your
Chad,
own, it's a million times harder. Yeah.
you mentioned earlier the imposter syndrome, and
Yeah.
and you're just mentioning now about how, you know, all these writers and stuff, they're at the top of their game. Is it hard for you to recognize that you're there because you're an artist of the same caliber?
I think artists are just insecure. They're just an insecure lot. I mean, well, I mean, okay,
We're vulnerable.
Look. There's no such thing as resting on your laurels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, name the most famous actor you can name. Robert De Niro, right? Okay. Let's face it. I love Robert De Niro, but he's done some movies lately that they should take his Oscars back. I mean, you know, and don't get me wrong. Rumor has it he's trying to pay for a divorce. Take all the jobs.
So you got to do what you got to do. He's done the good movies. Now he wants to, you know, enjoy the fruits of his labor. He's considered a delicatessen.
So I'm just
he
saying,
makes
like,
a movie.
If you focus on things like, you know, where your book's at in the top 100 list on Diamond, or I don't even know how they measure it now with DC broken off with their own distributor and Marvel broken off with their own distributor, like how they even measure sales, like who the heck even knows like what the top selling book is anymore? Because, you know, if it's not through Diamond, you know, who the heck knows? So if that's how you gauge your success, then that's a trap. Because, you know, so I try and look at things like, is my artwork getting better? Am I still bringing my A game? You know, can I still do something that looks good, and you stack it up next to somebody else and it's still relevant? You know, so I try to judge it all on my art. But I mean, and I tell this to my students too, there are always bigger fish out there. Like, you know, I look at guys like Kerry Nord. I look at guys like Sean Gordon Murphy. I look at guys like Raphael Albuquerque, John Timms. And man, like, you know, I'm in awe of what they do. So it's like I know where my skill sets are, but it's not like Everest. It's not like comics or artwork is like you climb a mountain and you stick a pole in it and you say I'm done. I've done that. It's not how it works. It's like a constant Everest.
You're a constant path.
Climbing, yeah. You're always trying to invent stuff, and let me tell you something. The older you get, the harder it gets. The older you get, like, you know, I mean, when I was doing Harley, I was sleeping 2 hours a night, working 100 hours a week. You know, between the conventions and turning my pages in on time. And let me tell you something. If I was faced with that again, I just don't think I could physically do it.
That would be intense.
You know, I'm at the point now where I got to get 8 hours of sleep a night. I can't function on 2 hours.
Nobody can.
I'll do that, and then I pay for it all week. So,
not in your 20s anymore, huh?
I'm not even in my 30s anymore. You know, I'd kill someone to go back to my 30s.
Are you up in the 40s with me, bro?
Yep.
Hey,
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that, Jared. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, are you kidding? Me and Chad have silver already. You guys are the slackers. You're the ones beneath us. We got the silver.
I'm gonna tell
already.
you.
I'm 40 years old, and if I shave everything off, I will get carded for a gallon of milk. It's ridiculous.
I'll bet you do. I believe it.
I do.
Look at that
look
baby
like 12
face.
under this thing.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
crazy.
Well, I do
All right.
lose years because this is how they tell my age is the silver. They're like, oh,
So,
you're older.
Chad,
I'm like, shh.
let me ask you something. Okay,
Yeah.
you're talking about moving with Artist Elite and stuff like that. Is there a writer out there, like who is the that writer that you're like, I really really want to work with that guy?
And why is it Donnie Cates? Sorry. Okay.
It's funny. Like I think isn't Ryan doing Donnie right now with Hulk? Isn't that the writer on Hulk with Ryan? Oddly.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's on like a lot of things, but yeah.
I thought they just ended his run on Hulk.
Oh,
didn't they?
We got to Google this. I think Ryan and him are working on stuff. I think wasn't anyway.
Pretty sure, yeah.
I've worked with some amazing people. I'm continuing to work with amazing people. The cool thing about comics is most people are genuinely nice and cool people to work with. Like every single one of them. Comics is one of these industries that has a pretty good filter on filtering out jerks. And don't get me wrong, there's always a few. I think what it is, I think certain people are better at hiding the fact that they're jerks in public. But everyone I've worked with, thankfully, for the most part, there are exceptions. Stuff I've found out later on about people who I respected and turned out they were horrible people. But they were never. I never saw anything like that firsthand. But for the most part, I don't think. Like, I'll give you an example. I don't think there are better people on the planet than Jimmy and Amanda. I don't.
Then
like
who?
they're Jimmy and Amanda. They are just two of the best people I've ever had the pleasure of meeting. And for the most part, that's how it is. Like my editors at DC, they were all great people. Generally, it's a very easy crowd to work with.
So you worked with Jimmy and Amanda on Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Did you work with them on anything outside of Harley Quinn?
That's the stuff I can't talk about. Well, we did.
Oh, okay.
But I have other stuff.
Now we're getting into the meat.
Soon. I can
say.
Don't be going to Chad.
Yeah.
Chad, keep her on the.
All right.
Lock that
like
lip.
And here's the thing: if I were to call them up and say, "What can I talk about?" They might be like, "Yeah, talk about it," but I don't know. And when you don't know, you just assume
you don't go. When you don't know, you don't
So.
go. That's how it is.
So.
Chad, if you would like, you can take a second, give them a call, invite them onto the show as well, and let's have a blast talking about everything.
Yeah, I'll next time we have dinner, I'll bring it up.
Well,
or we can learn my vocabulary word.
Next time,
let me tell you something. So... They are busy people. They are busy people.
You're a busy person.
I know.
Oh yeah,
I know. But let me tell you something. I think Jimmy runs circles around me, and he's probably 10 years older than I am. So,
wow.
I don't know how.
Hey, anybody who runs that race at that age, I give them props because I'm already scared, man. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking down the barrel of that 5.0, and I'm just like, am I gonna make it?
So, is there anybody that you still get kind of that starstruck?
Dude, all the time. Okay, so I had a draw off with Humberto Ramos. Where was I at? Yeah, it was a Fan Expo show. I want to say Fan Expo Dallas. And dude, my hand was shaking. I was like, oh.
Really?
Like, cause dude, like, okay, first of all. I mean, you got to understand.
Wow,
I don't even. Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. I probably half my books are probably Umberto's books.
Wow.
Not to mention Spider-Man, but like Crimson and stuff like that. I don't know if you guys remember those from the Cliffhanger days. Like, so Joe Ventura, who was the hottest guy in comics in the 90s. Okay, hands down. he owned the comics world, and he just dropped it on its head and walked away to do video games that no one ever played. You know, I don't know why. I don't know why he did what he did, except it was really weird thing. Because he could have absolutely dominated in comics, and instead he chose to fade into obscurity. But anyway, Umberto had Crimson underneath his imprint and stuck with comics, and I think Umberto's way more relevant today than Joe Madureira could ever hope to be, simply because there's no way for Joe to catch up at this point. You know what I mean? Like there's no way for him to produce 100 issues for me to buy and earn. So
right. He's given up that time.
Yeah. And so, but no, my hand was literally shaking. Like
wow.
Just so you guys know how these draw-offs work, they basically I got to be the heel in every single one.
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Like in wrestling, like the heel, like someone's just like, okay, let's pull in Umberto Ramos and then let's pull in Chad Harden to go up against Umberto. I'm gonna get this snot stomped out of me, dude. Like it's not even close. Like I'm sitting here watching him draw. I'm like, okay, just don't embarrass yourself. Like that's that's the whole mentality. There was one time, I don't know if I should say this story on the internet or not. There was one time where it was like me, David Finch, Ed McGuinness, like John Boy Myers. I mean, like, and then like Ken Lashley was supposed to show up too. Do you guys know who Ken Lashley is? They call him the Lead Killer. And the reason why they call him the Lead Killer is
who calls him that?
He murders people with his pencil.
Facebook. He's got a Facebook.
Oh, dude. Let me tell you something. If I ever win a sketch duel against Ken, it's because Ken did not show up. And that's the best you can hope for. That is the best you can hope for. I'm not kidding you. Like, this guy could do you guys remember, like, back in the day when Jim Lee did the draw off against J. Scott Campbell?
Oh,
yeah.
That would be cool to see. I remember hearing something about it, but I didn't actually ever get to see it. Or
this is probably like
it's on YouTube. It's great.
Yeah, it's like 2004. Really? Jim Lee does a double wide spread of like Wolverine and was it Rogue or Storm versus a Sentinel?
I think it was Rogue, actually. Yeah.
Okay, but he does it in he does a double wide spread and it's inked. It's inked and finished. He does it.
Moves
in
like
an hour.
A printer.
Yeah,
he's just like
yes.
What?
Yes,
it's crazy.
Oh, that is
so
nuts.
And like G. Scott Campbell got like Wolverine's face penciled in an arm. And don't get me wrong, it looks beautiful.
Wait, Chad, one quick way. So you're drawing to the finish, like a finished picture, and whoever gets there first wins.
In front of a crowd of people, and
that's so cool.
No, it's not, dude. It's cool because you're participating. It's not cool
I was watching
when you're up on the stage. Yeah, no, when you're in the audience, it's like, woo! Yeah, no. Let's see.
So Jim Lee was just like just.
Let me tell you something. No, Jay Scott was never a Jim Lee clone, and he'll be the first one to tell you this. He was an Arthur Adams clone. And originally, if you look at Jim's stuff, Jim was an Arthur Adams clone too. So that's why their styles are slightly similar. Well, and everybody that starts out, there's two different kinds of artists. You have the artists who basically start out and they're copying somebody else, and then eventually their style becomes their own. And then you have other people who were basically lied to by their editors. Like me.
You're doing great. Yeah. It looks wonderful. Just keep going.
Oh, you don't need to draw like Jim Lee. If we wanted to hire Jim Lee, we could just hire Jim Lee. In the meantime, like everybody that drew like Jim Lee was getting all the books. Anyway. Horrible advice. Bite all you want, because they can never have Jim Lee draw enough books for him. So anyway, no.
Well, that's what I've been doing. She's gonna have to Google those artists. You should. You absolutely should.
That's what I've
especially
been doing.
Humberto.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't know Humberto.
Yeah.
And I will say his work on Spider-Man, I always thought was very similar to your work with Harley Quinn.
Yeah, it sort of transformed Spider-Man. Yeah.
So are you a clone? Are you a clone of Humberto? Is that
No.
The other way
Is
around.
that what that means? Did I use that term right?
No, I'm not a
Oh.
clone of it. I have people come up to me all the time like, "Who are your influences?" I can't tell, and I'm like, "Good," because that's what I was told to do by
By
every editor
of anybody.
Yeah.
You're your
So
own
I
style.
love your art style,
Wow.
like especially like two things about it that always just strikes me is the amount of detail you put in. Like I've never been able to like actually get that much detail and it still look good. So props to you on that. And then there's like your hatching and stuff. I always love the way you've done it versus anybody else, really.
Huh. Wow. Thank you. Let me tell you something. I don't consider myself a particularly good hatcher. I think my strong suits are my line work and my expressions.
What's hatching?
I think just the way
I'm
you
thinking
render
of an
with
egg.
just the way you
Okay.
render with it. So
I was
here,
thinking, you guys are hatching chickens like
should
me?
should I pull up the image I'm working on? Should we show them what
Yeah,
hatching
if
is?
you can
Right.
you?
I think
I
so.
would like to see.
I'm definitely of the school. It's easier to get forgiveness than permission, right?
Hey, I'm down.
All right.
It's worked for me this long.
Oh, I had a total. Hey, just so you know, Fry, I had a total theory in relation to that trailer, and they shut me down. They shut me down
Oh.
live, dude.
Chad
Talking about
shut
the
you down on the
Spider-Man
Spidey
trailer
trailer?
Yeah, totally. I had a whole
Oh,
theory
man, I
and
missed the
everything.
best part of the stream.
I had no, it wasn't that good because it didn't happen. That's what I'm saying. It didn't happen. Like we went off on some other tangent. I just was like, oh, okay, well, let's look over here.
Well, I feel like I need to get Chad's 2 cents on it, though.
No, we can't. We can't go there, buddy.
I thought it was awesome. I can say that, right?
Oh, there's
I
his
thought it
2
was
cents.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, yeah. That's
Well,
not.
have you seen the
That won't get us
Eternals
in
movie?
trouble.
Is this because you know something that we don't know?
Who?
And you're...
No,
Me?
you did. We'll lose viewers if you talk about it because
Just
they'll
don't-
think that we're going to give a spoiler.
Yeah, you can say
Because
it was
it's brand
awesome,
new.
Though.
Oh,
You can
Yeah,
say what
we can
you
say
felt
it's
about
awesome.
it.
You
don't
just can't
talk about what
theorize.
you saw. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What you saw, which will lead to what end, or beginning, or multiples of.
But you can say you were stoked. I was stoked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Did you
was
guys
stoked.
see the Brazil version of that trailer?
No, I have not.
I
but
did
will
see it.
Google
I
right
saw
now.
3 trailers in one.
There's so much to
I
talk
saw
about
3
here, guys. You can't just discount
I saw
this.
3 trailers in one. It was incredible.
Okay.
I was like,
I'm gonna
hey,
say
this is
the
different.
Brazil trailer was exactly the same, except there was one
slip-up.
scene that they didn't cut.
That they were supposed to. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Let's not talk about this. I don't want to.
Yeah, see, you
All
can't
right,
give
well,
that
the
kind of
show's over, Chad.
information.
I'll let you know what it
Okay.
is.
All right.
Okay.
We can talk about
Fair
Dune
enough.
though. Let's talk about Dune.
Dune?
Dune?
Dune.
You know what?
is-
I still
loved
haven't
it.
even watched it.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
you suck. Oh, my heck.
Actually, one of my
Dude.
friends
Yeah,
his
you see-
cousin,
Okay, wait a minute. Oh,
was in charge of
Holy
CGI on
smalls.
that.
who was?
Who are you
Oh,
talking
one of
to?
one of my friends. It's his cousin. One of my friends. He's a teacher as well. He
Like my
teaches
brother's sister's
locally here at the
cousin,
high
something.
school,
Schwartz.
and his cousin is the FX. He's
Guy in
in
the
charge
film.
of special
Yeah.
effects on that movie.
Hands down,
Dude.
probably one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. Period.
Now,
So
okay, now hold
before-
on. Wait. I have to ask this. Okay, so have you seen the first Dune movie, the old I think it was 84
I
or
have
somewhere around
seen
there?
everything Dune. I
Okay,
read
and you've seen
every
all the
novel.
TV series on the Science Channel
Yes.
and all that good. Okay, I
Yes.
saw some of that too. Okay, yes, I agree
Uh-huh.
with you. That movie was fan-freaking-tastic. Like nailed it out the park.
Yeah,
What a
Now,
great
see,
start.
I originally watched the 1984 version when
The
it
David
first
Lynch?
came out.
yeah.
I was 4 years old. So
Okay.
I'm sitting there like so confused. I'm like, why is everybody like
Yeah.
arguing about spice? Like I'm sitting there thinking like salt and pepper. Like it's not that big of a deal.
Salt
guys.
and pepper here. It will in
Everything
effect
went
want
over
you
my
to
head.
push it, babe.
Hey, so
Sorry, dude. I just gotta
do
start
you
rapping
think
songs.
the shield? Do you think the shield effect from the '84 version was better than the new shield version?
I almost
effect?
there's a lot about the '84 version that I actually prefer to the new one. But
Me
as
too.
far
Okay,
as far
okay, cool.
as far as visuals though, hands down a slam
What
dunk.
storyline? Man, they brought it in. They actually explained things out. They gave a great representation of the actual different families. Like that was so important. Like that was so important that you didn't get from the '84 movie. You really pulled it off of the series off of Sci-Fi. That's where I got all the details of the families and the structure of how the Galactic Empire was actually formed and who was fighting who on what grounds.
There we go.
Yeah, JD Smith jumps in chat saying that my visual effects instructor won an Emmy for it.
There you go.
Oh,
that's a hell of a name drop, right?
Without
even saying
damn, did you?
That's impressive.
Wow.
So I do got to say though,
that's his
out of Dune, my favorite scene in that entire movie was when they turned to Josh Brolin and they're like, "Smile." He's like, "I am."
I am smiling.
That was, that just, it was perfect.
Oh man.
Yeah, I dug that.
Favorite part was.
You guys realize how hard it is to sit here while you're talking about Dune and we're not able to talk about the Spider-Man trailer? This isn't okay.
Bro. Sorry, man. This is how it goes.
Dude,
first of all,
the book came out in 1969. First of all.
Yeah. Boom. Boom.
The book was
great. Been out.
Yeah.
It's been out.
Yeah.
Well, the book was
Everybody
great.
knows the plot. Everybody knows the story. Everybody knows what's going to happen. Okay. With Spider-Man, you could ruin it for somebody.
I'm okay with saying whether or not you liked it. I'm just saying let's not talk about spoilers.
You just can't talk about the details, not the juicy, delicious details of all those things you were telling me.
Excitement and stuff off of the Spider-Man trailer alone. I do know that Marvel has greenlit a Miles Morales movie, live action Miles Morales.
That's dope. Good.
What is that?
I think Miles will be in the new.
Oh, okay.
Spider-Man.
What's that all about?
Did you just ask who Miles Morales was, dude?
Yeah. I don't know names. If I see the faces
for me, can you some diagonal side?
Just a minute, Miles.
You know what? Just give him some false information. He's the artist for Captain America. It's his life story.
Come on, dude. You seriously, you know who Miles Morales is.
Miles Morales is the guy that installs the 5G towers.
Is a fictional comic book superhero appearing in a publication by the American publisher Marvel Comics.
Dude,
he's
didn't
known
you
as
watch the Into the
Spider-Man.
Spider-Verse?
What? Yeah, I did.
Okay. You still don't know who Miles Morales is?
All right, we want you to watch again.
Yeah, dude. Is that the kid? Is that the kid?
Yeah.
Because I watched Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was actually Spider-Ham.
Dude, Matt's never gonna let you.
That's messed up, dude. Bro. That's messed up. That came from Mad, right?
Yeah.
Spider-Ham. Okay.
I think my favorite thing about what's going on with
Thank God for Google
is that they know everyone wants spoilers, and they're dripping just enough to keep everyone thinking that they know what's going on.
Well, that's exactly what Marvel does.
That's why there's different versions of
trailers.
I mean,
this is to a whole other level, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen
they really are.
About, yeah, I mean, what I think the trailer is leading to is entirely different than what the next person thinks.
Well, it all depends on the information you're given in those little trailer spigots. I watched 3 of them in a row before the show, and I was like, "Oh, dang! I thought that was going to be something different."
I don't know.
Dude, they're tricking us.
Cool.
Okay,
they're tricking us, guys.
It's a fun time to be a comic
movie.
fan.
I just watched the other night.
Nothing.
Okay, Chad, what'd you think of it?
Of what?
The Eternals.
I have not seen it yet.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
No. I've seen Dune 9 times.
Oh my God, dude! Oh, you gotta love that one.
No, seriously.
That's because you're drawn while you're watching it. You ain't really watching. You're like,
no. I've watched it. If you're talking about wild drawings, dude, like you gotta understand. Like, Dune is my Lord of the Rings.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
I understand. I understand.
Like if you said, okay, you got to choose between like Star Wars and Dune, it would be Dune.
Oh,
Really?
So yeah, no, it was a huge thing for me. Yeah, I just watched the Five Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right on. That's a great.
So
one.
I have not seen Eternals yet. My daughter has. She loved it, but I haven't seen it yet. And I thought Five Rings was okay. I just thought it was okay. You know, good popcorn flick. And honestly, that's about all I really expect from, like, as far as Marvel movies that were like groundbreaking and like life changing, Iron Man and Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's pretty much it. Everything else has just sort of been a good time.
See, to me, the first Avengers movie it has to be up there, just because that was the first time in history that they've ever taken so many big franchises and put them together in one movie, and it was amazing to see.
I agree with you there. What they're doing, like as far as coherency, untouched in cinematic history. Like the way they're weaving everything together, it's insane. And I agree with you. That in and of itself should be a celebrated thing. But I just, I don't know. I mean, like I said, Iron Man was, and to me, watching Iron Man, watching Guardians of the Galaxy, I felt like I was a kid watching Star Wars and Indiana Jones again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Dune 1984 had all the technology you didn't think you would have been better. So, Rose, here's what I think. I think David Lynch was promised like a lot of money to do that movie, and it was very obvious when they ran out. Like you can go back and watch the 1984 Dune, and you can tell at what point they walked up to David Lynch and said, "There's no more money for this film," and the rest was like sock puppets and. I swear to you, some of those sandworms were like.
I do have a question since you're a Dune guru. I do have a question in relation to that. So a major aspect of the beginning of the Dune 84 was the sound weapon, but I saw no reference to it at all in this first movie. What was
complete
that?
Fabrication? Just
what? That's not even a part of the.
Well, you got to understand. Okay, like there's so much about the book that's just unfilmable, even now. Even now.
Okay.
It's unfilmable. How do you film telepathy? How do you film psychedelic visions?
Right. Yeah.
I just get on a live stream with Jared for 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I meant.
So the weirding modules were basically. And they touched on it a little bit in this Dune, where basically the Atreides were like insanely good fighters. Right. You had Duncan, Idaho, and there's a lot of details about Duncan and Gurney that they don't go into. They don't go into the fact that they're like sword masters of Ganaz, and you know that like they were like and then what made Paul special though is that Paul was basically getting trained by Jessica at the same time. So that really doesn't come out. They hint to that actually a little bit better in the 1984 version, because Gurney in one of the versions, and you got to remember there's like 4 different versions of the 1984 Dune, one of which was shown on television that David Lynch hated so much he had his name removed from it. And if you have that version, it actually says directed by Alan Smithy, which is a old Hollywood trope that when the director is so disgusted with a film, they basically said, "Yeah, Alan Smithy, that jerkwad, filmed this thing."
When it's stuck to the Alan Smithy,
I want to say Alan Smithy has the record for most films directed because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not a real person.
He's not a real person. It's just like when a director hates his movie, hates the studio interference, hates something so much that they're not willing to put their name on it, they put Alan Smithy's name on it. So Lynch hated it, but there's parts in it that actually revealed a lot that you don't see either. Yeah. And so basically there's a scene where Patrick Stewart is watching Paul fight, and he's like, "That's not Duncan's style. That's not my style. That's not Thufir's style. It has to be Bene Gesserit." And that was another thing that they didn't really in none of the movies, except for maybe the sci-fi television show, where basically there's a lot of misinformation, and they suspect one of the people they suspect is the traitor is Jessica. So, and they they touch on it a little bit in this one, but not as much in the book. Her loyalty is really questioned, and it causes contention between Thufir and Jessica. Actually confronts Thufir. So there's so much in the books that are never. It doesn't matter how long. Like you'd almost have to do like even Game of Thrones. Have you? I mean, Game of Thrones was 8 seasons.
It, but I didn't read any of the books.
And
I watched it.
It still doesn't scratch the surface of what's in the books.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
It's like Harry Potter. I mean, look at Harry Potter.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I got to read Lord of the Rings really fast.
They just announced a new Harry Potter movie, like with the original cast.
Oh, yeah, but now they're older or something.
Yeah,
they're like adults married with kids. It's like Married with Kids and Sorcery.
So are they doing the Cursed Child? Because the Cursed Child, they're adults and it's about his children. So is that what they're doing?
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think so.
It's
pretty good. Was that a pretty good offshoot?
Oh wow, no. So it's a completely new thing. All right. Either that or they just renamed it, or which happens, knowing marketing people.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there, but
I
didn't know that she wrote. I didn't know that she wrote books on the kids of Harry Potter and them.
You didn't know?
You mean on the following generation or Harry Potter as kids?
Yeah,
she very much wrote books about
on
Harry
the
Potter.
Following generation. I thought it ended with the kids.
You know what? She might not have written The Cursed Child. That might be like the first one where she farmed it out.
But
J.K.
written by
might not have written. Yeah, might not have written.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Jeez, man. Chad, quit laughing at me. You're embarrassing me.
Chad's like, I'll make a couple calls and find out.
No, it's called Google. Like I would do it right now, but we're in the middle of a stream, man. I'd be like, hey Siri, man, here, watch this. This is how hard it is.
I don't with these guys, and then I'll tell you everything.
Hey Siri, who wrote Harry Potter and the Cursed Child? Siri's about the.
How did my phone hear that?
Serious?
That was weird.
Jack Thorne. Oh, and J.K. Rowling. Okay, so it was co-written. Jack,
hey, wait a minute, Chad. What color is your phone?
It is.
Is it blue?
Oh, what?
It's like a gray. It's like space gray or some crap like that.
Oh,
what?
You're saying it looked for a second there like me and Chad had matching phones like twinsies.
Right. Yeah.
Do you guys?
I think so.
No.
I got like a circle on the back.
Oh, he's got the circle on back. Oh my gosh, I was about to go. Oh geez, these guys need to go get a room.
No, okay. You know what? Have you guys checked out this MagSafe stuff that Apple's come out with?
No. What is it?
MagSafe accessories and everything. They are absolutely incredible. If you have like I think it's iPhone 12 and 13. I could be off on those numbers, but basically anything from your chargers to accessories to wallets to your case, everything uses these little MagSafe bands here, and it just uses magnets inside of the phone. They use like rare earth magnets, kind of like the magnets that are inside of a hard drive.
So it doesn't affect your battery and your memory and stuff like that?
In fact, I've never once plugged my phone in. Like it just locks on with everything magnetically. Yeah, fully charges it. On my motorcycle, I just sit down and click it right into place, and it's perfectly fine. MagSafe.
Whoa! You put this
iPad,
and when that old man pulls up next to you and stands up on his bikes and gives you the double bird,
that was awesome, huh? Isn't that awesome? Wasn't that great? I was like,
oh. What's funny is that's not an old man. He's like 19.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Dude, Goldwing?
Oh, that's not a Goldwing. That's a Harley. But yeah,
that was a Harley. That looked like a Goldwing.
He looked like he was 50. Man,
he was wearing a helmet.
Really?
No, I believe he's 21, 22, I believe, to be honest with you. But yeah, he's a younger guy.
So you know him. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I thought you were just flexing on some stranger.
No,
I destroyed the romance of that story.
He just rode up next to me.
I did, dude. I was like, oh.
When I first saw it, I thought that. Yeah, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, dang.
Yeah.
They got some hard rollers and pokey.
We have
Dang.
That's how we roll in Pocatello, son.
I know. You have to go with a ready strap, boys, because these people don't play.
Oh, that's great. Oh boy.
He's our.
I think that video's in your neighborhood, Chad.
It might have been the WVC.
Well, we were in Tooele when that happened.
Oh, so, well. No,
I mean a little bit away from you, I guess.
Closer to me than you. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you were in Utah?
I'm in the Utahs. I'm in the Utah. Utah represent.
Hey, we love Utah. I have another word for y'all, but
steak liquor store. You know what? Oh my gosh, dude! My wife sent me to the state liquor store today to get cooking wine and
liquor
stuff for Thanksgiving.
Stuff you to guys get ever through Thanksgiving or stuff for Thanksgiving?
Dude, all your stuff.
There's a difference.
Wait, isn't it all like watered down?
Yeah,
I thought Utah makes sure it's super watered down. It's like,
let me tell you something. You want to see a sad group of individuals, you go to the liquor store opening on Monday morning when everybody from out of state like has no clue what's going on. Like, dude, what's happening, man? What is going on here, man? This is just some serious. I waited outside this store all day yesterday, and they did not open it. I was laughing. I was like, oh my god!
Because you can't go on Sunday in Utah.
Dude, I was like,
if you're traveling through Utah, everybody, be warned: no liquor sales on Sunday.
Nope.
Yeah, you don't get it.
Nope.
It don't happen. And yeah, that's funny. That's actually that way in Rexburg, dude.
Is it the same in Idaho?
Well, I mean, they ran the liquor store out of town, and then they ran the bar out of town and put them out of business. But yeah, they pretty much they impose the same rule here.
So in the South, they would have dry counties. They'd have dry counties in the South. So you literally, yeah, like one part of the state be dry, no alcohol allowed, and then like you cross the line and boom, liquor store.
And you can tell because everybody's suddenly happy.
Yep.
Do you guys know that Jack Daniels is made in a dry county?
Really?
No, that's crazy though. Good for them.
That is nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, the dry counties.
We need to bring this back to comics somehow.
I mean,
wait. I would like to throw a wrench into the things.
Oh,
I want to talk a little crypto with Chad because me and him been talking lately.
Oh yeah.
About stuff. Are you guys cool with that?
Okay.
So first, there's a disclaimer. We're not financial like advisors in any way, shape, or form. Don't believe us in any way, shape, or form.
No, don't
in
listen
relation to that.
No, this is. I don't know if we should, man. This is not a good story.
We can talk. We can talk about it.
Story. Oh my god. Okay, here we go.
Well, no. Don't talk about your story. Okay, that's not a good story. My story is way better.
Okay, let's talk about Jared's story.
So check it out. One thing we were talking about crypto last Monday, okay? Mm-hmm. And one thing I noticed is that, like there's people in our orbit that just don't know enough. And so what I want to do is every Monday, I'm going to have one word. And it's related to the crypto industry, the blockchain industry. And we're going to say it. We're going to go over the definition of it. And we're going to understand that aspect of that industry just as it relates. So that people can understand the two industries that we are merging together, right? We are heavy in the comic book industry. We have incredible creators that have contributed to this marketplace. But what makes this marketplace so powerful and what's really going to make it like this huge benefit for independent creators is the fact that it's going to turn comic books into digital assets, right? And I just saw a news article like headline that said that banks are accepting cryptocurrency as a digital asset, which is pretty awesome if you think about it. That's
well,
like
also means
that's a big
too, though.
Oh, wow, yeah. I mean, well, of course, because the people who collect taxes want their money, right? Like they got to have their cut. You know, that pile hasn't been baked yet, so they definitely want it. So I'm going to start off with a word, and everybody knows it, and you probably heard it, but it is blockchain, right? So this is what a blockchain is. Blockchain is an ever-growing list of block-forming records that are linked to each other in a specific order and protected by cryptography. Okay? So what is cryptography?
It's just a number that's so huge that it's hard to hack. Right?
Oh.
I mean, it's encryption, right? It's basically secure. And then the other thing about a blockchain is it has different ledgers. So the records are decentralized. So even if a hacker gets a hold of one ledger and hacks that ledger, it can't be hacked on all ledgers, which makes it incredibly secure. For now, until someone cracks quantum computing and sets us back to the Stone Age.
Okay. Hold on. Is quantum computing...
Okay, J.D. Smith jumps in and says, "Damn it, Jared, don't tell me that you dumped all your savings."
Now, hold on. So just so you know, Digi, no, I did not. But I do. Go ahead.
I would like to add more emphasis onto Jared's idea here, because one of the main things is that we're noticing is that a lot of people in the comics world will start mentioning things that are in the crypto world, and people will just kind of glaze over. They'll get confused, and a lot of people feel like there's nowhere to start getting information and things like that. So anybody that's in chat, anybody that watches the show, listens to it afterwards, anything like that, feel free to chime in on any terms or situations or ideas that maybe you want more information about. We aren't, absolutely know all end all, but we'll figure it out. We'll all come together and come up with some good stuff. So
we like to do research. We encourage you to do research so we can all research together and understand these things, because it's pretty intense. I've been in this for 4 years now, and I don't feel like I know much. It's a complex environment. Sorry, go ahead, Matt.
So a while back, I did a video, like kind of a demonstration of how blockchain technology works, and I was using Legos and like pictures of different computers and stuff like that, and tablets and stuff. So I wonder if it would be beneficial to kind of re-edit that video and actually put it out there for people to see. That was something. But just having that visual representation.
I totally agree, Matt. Sorry, I was trying to cut you off there. Illusion says still better than Dogecoin. Nothing is better than Dogecoin.
Yes, there is something better than Dogecoin. Shiba Inu is better than Dogecoin. Shiba Inu is better than Dogecoin. No. First of all, Dogecoin was made as a joke, and it has no white paper as far as like a case study. And that's something you have. No, guys, this is important. So when you guys are looking at cryptocurrency, you really got to look at as what is the real world application, because these are protocols. And if you don't understand that world, if they don't have any real world application, what are they going to be doing for people? Nothing.
If you can't yet buy a comic book using Dogecoin or Shiba or Inu, there's so many different slang.
Or Shiba Inu.
Or Shiba Inu. If you cannot yet buy a comic book on those chains, do they really matter?
No. Yes, because I can turn them into cash and then buy the with the cash that I just got from the coin.
I'm with Chad.
Transferred
if you cannot buy a comic book using that crypto, I say right now.
Okay, what crypto can you use to buy a comic book? Only Ethereum, right?
I mean,
currently
we can't talk about too, Jared.
No. Tell me I'm wrong. The only currency you can use right now to buy an NFT page of a comic book would be Ethereum.
No.
Oh, okay.
But it's the only one I would trust. I should not go further into that. No, you can use other cryptocurrencies to make purchases, but I wouldn't feel comfortable spitting it out in the information and pushing it out there because I have my own feelings towards that specific situation. I will say it is absolutely outside of CryptoComics. CryptoComics is using Ethereum, yes. But there are other platforms. I see
now,
some
when
things
you say
I don't really like, and I don't want to bring
talking...
it up and have somebody, go.
Well, wait a minute. You're talking about actually somebody being able to go onto a platform. They have to buy that platform's token or whatever they have as a monetary exchange, and then you use that to make purchases on that platform, right? That's what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm listening. I'm reading the comments.
What?
Digi says, yeah, Doug's versus Sheep is like saying Friday 13th Part 3 is better than Friday 13th. Hey, wasn't Part 3 the one where...
And there's the mic drop, folks.
Digi gets us just about every time.
We're comparing two crap coins?
Ooh, that's rough.
Hey.
Whoa. None of the Friday 13th. Oh, boy. There's some good ones. Gosh,
the first one.
Everything's relative, though. Everything's relative.
The first one. I mean, Friday the 3rd. Wait, was it Friday the 13th, number 4? Was a video game?
Dude, there's so many Friday the 13th now.
Did Jared just confuse? We're not going into that one.
Street. Oh, damn it, Fry. Why'd you have to call me out on that?
Okay, so Chad.
Yes.
We kind of met you before you knew what crypto was.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. Yeah. And then coming into it, you're actually fairly educated in it now.
Bro. He's a bad man. He's been. Sorry, go ahead.
Is there anything that you're maybe looking forward to? I mean, outside of CryptoComics, of course. We know.
Well, yes. No, what I'm looking forward to is actually having something that's 100% mine, that I have complete creative control over, and that's the only thing that's been lacking before is, gosh, and like I said, it's so stinking hard. It is so hard to do all the things, but I would love to have something that I've done and take off. I really think the problem with comics, digital comics, has been a collectability issue. It's always been a collectability issue. And with what you guys are doing and planning on doing with CryptoComics will solve that problem. And it's the reason why digital comics have not taken off. And I want to be there when it happens, because I think it will. There's a lot of people like, oh, it'll never be like, nothing will ever be like Image ever again. You hear that over and over. Oh, there will never be another Image. And I'm like, just wait. The second somebody figures out, CryptoComics, how to basically do it right, it's going to change the industry, and it'll change the industry forever, in a good way.
Did Chad Harden just compare CryptoComics to Image?
He did, and I love it.
What?
I'm just saying.
No, he didn't.
Jared, don't you dare take this away from me. Yes, you do.
But it solves, and I have a lot of people. There's a lot of people right now that will say, it's like, okay, retail sales are here, and then digital sales are behind retail, and they do this. Mm-hmm. And I think when you basically make it a way for digital editions to be just as collectible as physical editions, it's going to be a game changer. So.
Let me ask you a question in relation to that collectability. Right now in the NFT realm, you see what they're gathering, what people are getting, and it's this static image. Do you think that?
Well, there's some that are animations. There's different. There's all different kinds, but for the most part, people are paying millions of dollars for shit.
Okay. Yeah, that's
stuff
all right.
And it's just like a gimmick. I mean, it really is. At this point, it's just almost a novelty. But when you get serious, and the first thing that I've seen where all of a sudden I'm starting to take notice. Did you guys notice the Ghostbusters NFTs?
Mm-hmm.
Where, let me tell you something, when corporations start making those plays, that's when you know it's going to be really big. And so, like, I thought about just jumping on and grabbing some of the Ghostbusters stuff just because it's some of the first stuff out there.
That is a mid-rib NFT.
Do you have to get that through MetaMask? Is that where you would make the purchase of those NFTs?
I'm not sure. I didn't click the ad, but
it's available. It's available across platforms.
I'm just saying though that I really think that I've believed in this from day one, and
you have too, and thank you so much for that.
Yeah. I'm just
You've
waiting
been with us.
Frog Toy says, question about crypto comics. I see the marketplace is in Ethereum. Do you need to own Ethereum, or can you use regular money? We are reviewing a few potential different ways of processing payments inside of the system. We aren't making any type of formal announcement, which is why right now you will see Ethereum and you'll see Stacksnet. As we understand it right now and how we're looking at everything, it looks like using Stacksnet, you'll be able to just use USD, which means you punch in your debit card number and you're off to the races. That way nobody has to guess or do any of those kind of things. And the system itself will actually convert over for Ethereum using one-to-one transparency for that, so that it is 100% easy and clear for everybody that uses the system. That may change, though. Keep in mind that we are in beta, and that's why our beta has lasted us so long, is we're working out all these little fine-tuned details. I can tell you guys one thing is, 3 years ago when we first started looking at doing this, it would actually only have costed creators about 2.5 cents to publish their books as NFTs and shoot them out into the wild. And it has since gotten to a point to where it would be more expensive for those gas costs, is what we refer to them. That's the cost of actually placing something on blockchain. It would actually be more expensive for that than the comic. And so what we're doing is we're working through a few different things so that we can get ahead of that curve. And we're recognizing a lot of the limitations that blockchain currently has. And we can't make any type of formal announcements on that. But we've got some cool stuff.
Well, and you don't want to rush it too, because look at just what happened the other day, where there was a hacker that basically went and took everyone's NFTs, duplicated them, and then put them up for sale on
Pirate Bay.
On Pirate Bay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you launch something half baked.
But to be clear, they actually didn't get the NFTs. All they did is copied the image itself and then put a giant collection, like a 20 terabyte collection together. Okay. But yeah.
All right. So it wasn't the actual. Okay. All right.
Yeah, it wasn't. The NFT itself, the nice thing about an NFT is that it's the token itself is ledger.
It's on the blockchain.
So,
Yeah,
it's blockchain.
It's on the blockchain.
So, it goes back into that whole argument where people will say, well, what's the value of an NFT if I can right click it?
Right.
Right click and save as. And the thing is that right now, every person watching this stream has literally already spent money on the exact same thing with no ownership.
Right.
Whatsoever.
With no
if somebody's
ownership.
Watching this on YouTube right now, what do you think?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
That's why you're buying permission to
That's
view.
what social media is. Yeah.
So the nice thing about an NFT though is that it is non-tangible, and that token goes onto the blockchain. It essentially hits the ledger and it says, oh, Jared owns this token. And that blockchain will then change every single appearance of that on the blockchain and agree with all the rest of the computers that are on the blockchain at the same time, which means that you have ownership. And the difference there, and I'm
that's
totally
cryptography.
Yeah. you get to enjoy a comic either way. You know what I mean? And that's one of the largest things that we've kind of come across is we've said, okay, why would somebody want to spend their hard-earned money on something that you can just get in a PDF? You know what I mean? And so,
right.
and this is something that we really ran into, especially when COVID hit. This is when we really started seeing like, okay, look, we have to add emphasis. We have to add value, not just for the person that's reading that book, but for the creator, and be able to unlock a lot of doors. A lot of this industry is still based on the printing press that was made, literally hundreds of years ago. So, limitations of CMYK, even in digital print, are still very much, a real thing that creators like Chad have to deal with and have to work with.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we realized, what if we took away that limitation? What if we used a digital format to allow Chad to embed videos inside of pages, to add, commentary, to add all of these things that a PDF simply cannot do because of the platform that PDF was designed for. But at the same time, print can't do it. Video arguably could do it, but then you're not in control of it. You're not experiencing it yourself. And so there's a lot of cool stuff that we realized that we had this little 5% of an idea, and then we'd talk to somebody like Chad Harden, and then we'd all come back to our little, into our little cave the next day, and we'd go, guys, Chad had this weird idea. Let's explore this. And so when people ask, what's taking so long for us to get live and things like that, it's because we have some of the most creative minds on the freaking planet giving us additional benefits and giving us additional ideas and giving us things. Like I can tell you right now that even what you guys see in the beta, nobody else in the industry can even come close to what those books have in them. I mean,
yeah, that's 100%. Well, most everybody's pages. They're single pages. Right. I don't know. Is there a comic book for sale out there?
No, there. Everything I've seen is a single image or like an animated GIF.
Yeah, it's very static in its representation. That's it. Yeah, and guys, I just want to say thanks to all of you for entertaining this conversation with me, because this is really neat what we've been learning over the last years. It is really neat what we're learning. And Chad, thank you so much for joining this journey with us and being a part of it. Like it's awesome when I get text from you and you're like, dude, blah, 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 blah just happened. And I'm like, oh man, my heart. Oh, can't take it.
I know this is derailing the conversation just a little bit, but this comment is too golden not to bring up. Eugene says, I always get worried when I see Matt hand over mouse scrolling on his computer after Jared's interrupted again. Is he shopping for guns? Is he looking up cemetery plot prices? Countries that you can live life like a king for cheap. Greece is a good one to look up if you guys
or is he just answering emails?
I'm going to be the first to tell you, I know this man isn't answering emails.
Okay. I will say this.
I'm out.
I got a notification about an image that came out, and I need to get Chad's input on it.
Okay.
What?
Okay. So, as everybody here is familiar, you worked on Harley Quinn, and you're responsible for the Harley Quinn, the kiss.
Oh my god!
With Poison Ivy.
Yeah.
What are we talking? What?
Are we
talking about?
Yeah.
Are we going to do this? Yes, we are going to do this.
No, Jared, let me talk. Jared, shut up.
Sorry.
So,
I don't know what's happening.
I'm sure you're familiar with Batwoman, the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just recently cast Poison Ivy, and I wanted to get your take on her costume.
Okay. All right. This is okay. Awesome.
Okay. You thought I was going somewhere else, didn't you?
I did. I thought, oh boy.
So
I'm gonna be honest.
I for sure this was going someplace else. I was starting to sweat.
I was ready to go there, Chad. I was like, this is happening.
Oh boy. No,
nope.
okay.
Oh, that's a cool look.
I'm one of these fans that's so easy to please. I grew up with Dolph Lundgren as my Punisher. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm going to stop you right now. You're not about to say an unkind word about what's arguably the best person to ever play Punisher and He-Man.
John Bernthal.
Who?
Oh boy. Anyway,
wait. What?
So I see this stuff, and I'm all in. I think she's a gorgeous Ivy. I just love the fact that she has like killer plants with bats in them. So.
Is this a drawing or is this a picture?
No, this is
That's real life
photo that they released for the new Batwoman.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
So
another
as far as the costume goes, I was actually kind of thrilled that they didn't go with the Poison Ivy look from like the Batman and Robin movie. You were like just a bunch of leaves like glued on.
I thought that Uma was super hot in that, so I like that too. I'm so easy to please.
Uma
though.
was super hot in that.
Yeah,
obviously,
hey,
Uma was very
is.
hot.
Uma
Yes. We're going to agree with that one. I mean, these are different Poison Ivies. Uma holds her own candle, if we will.
You know, you just gotta enjoy it. I mean, you know,
I like the Venus
like I said,
flytrap.
I mean, even with Star Wars, where I had to basically come to grip with the fact that I wasn't 4 years old again. I still had a good, you know, a bad day at Star Wars beats a good day at work, right?
You know True.
I mean? You can say that, but you own a lightsaber, Chad?
Not yet. Not a working one.
You haven't joined the Jedi Order.
Next convention
it's real.
You go to, get
the
yourself
Force is real, dude. The Force
Jared,
is real.
Let him talk.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. It's fun to be 4 years old with a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Next time you go to a convention, check out Ultra Sabers. They're fantastic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Get the ones with the battle ready tube and then let me know when you have it so that I can bring my lightsaber to the next convention and me and you will just get it.
Give me a Darth Maul one. Smack myself in the face. What was that one kid that his mom recorded?
Don't let him have one.
With the broom?
Yeah. And he was pretending it was a lightsaber and it like ruined his life. Like to this day, he's never had a date. I feel so bad.
No.
Yeah. No, seriously.
Neither is Fry.
That one hit a little close to home, Jared. Thanks, man.
Dude, that was sick. Somebody called the burn unit, man. Oh, that was harsh, bro.
Sorry.
Well, now that Jared's done hurting my feelings.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it, Fry.
Keep going. Keep going, Jared.
I'm just joking, buddy.
Keep going, Jared.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fry.
No, Matt, I thought you were going to ask about the kiss.
I thought we were going to talk about the kiss.
We're not allowed to have spoilers, Chad.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's not a spoiler.
It's
not a spoiler.
It's not?
Everybody's
already seen it?
This is out,
you did it, Chad? You created this wonderful kiss? I mean, this awkward kiss?
I can honestly say I've seen that page, the actual page. Yeah.
Who kissed?
They wouldn't let me hold it, and Fry kept yelling at me to quit.
You were trying to cuddle it, though, Matt. That was weird.
You know what? To each their own.
Okay. Moving on.
Let's just say I went viral on.
Who kissed again?
Friday.
It was.
Okay, you went viral with what, Chad?
I went viral with.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I did.
You bad
in a good way.
Look at you. You know how to go viral?
It was not intentional. It just happened. But
come on. We all knew
DC
you were
contacted me afterwards, so I think I'm okay. I think it blew over.
You know, I do gotta say that was
Matt. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay. Wait a minute. What happened? Wait. DC loves you. Of course they do.
Oh yeah.
You're Chad Harden. I know. You created Harley Quinn, which made them a lot of money.
No,
you didn't create it. You were a part of the team that created her ambiance, if you will.
Jared's still learning how to speak, ladies and gentlemen. That's why you hear it all the time. He's practicing.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Ambiance wasn't a good word? I'm pretty sure it's I'm going to check to see if I...
Go Google ambiance.
Are you Googling to see if you used a word correctly?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This is how I... Ooh.
And Leslie came in saying, kind of surprised that I haven't grabbed my lightsaber.
That's right.
It hangs up on the wall. It's like the only thing I keep safe anymore. I've like my lightsaber, then my Harley, then arguably my children.
Dude. Oh boy. At one point your kids are just out there, man. That's the hardest part about being a parent. Oh, my son's in the Navy
my gosh.
right now.
I know.
Oh my gosh, dude.
They're growing too fast. Wait, where's your son, Chad?
He's in the Navy.
Oh,
I'm like, please, let's not go to war right now. We've been at war for like what, 20 years straight?
More than that.
As a parent, I'm just like going.
Were you able to go to graduation?
His graduate. So I was not able to go to his boot camp graduation because of COVID, but I am trying to secure tickets for his A school graduation. But once he gets assigned,
what's that?
So after boot camp, you go to A school.
Oh, okay.
I'm not.
Okay, I know what that is.
I don't know how much I can talk about. I can't talk about
not a lot,
but yeah,
not a lot.
So
yeah,
anyway.
yeah. I know what it is. I know what it is. Once you told me after boot camp, I knew exactly what it was.
So I get to see him, and then he's going to be deployed, and he'll be deployed on a sub. So then I won't get to see him for like 9 months.
Oh, he's going to be on a sub, right?
Yeah,
oh, that's
That's
wow.
Yeah.
That's got to be nerve-wracking as shit.
A brutal job.
Or crap, I meant.
It's gonna be rad.
Yeah.
It's gonna be rad. It's gonna be rad.
But I'm just like going, like you hear all this stuff about Taiwan and China, and I'm just like going, oh, come on, dude. Oh.
No, look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. He's in the ocean, man. That place is huge, and those subs can go deep.
I know. That's what he tells us. That there's
they're the top of the line in the whole world, like top tier. The subs that America has, your son is in a fortress under the sea.
I hope so. That's all you can do as a parent. That's all you can do.
He's a hero.
Pray for peace and hope that he gets in and gets out.
Oh yeah, dude.
And
but still, thank you for being a parent of a serviceman. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you did. You raised a great person. So I
did. He's a good kid. He's a good kid, but that's why I worry. If he wasn't a good kid,
well, yes, you're a dad. I worry about my kids going to the freaking school bus.
Good luck.
So
close the door on the sub. Knock on it, let him know it's shut. No.
So I've noticed lately you've been going to a lot of conventions, which everybody's excited about conventions.
Yes.
But I noticed you especially, you've been going all over the place.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's nice. It's nice being open back up. Let me tell you something. Texas knows how to do it.
Really?
Shout out to Texas. Yeah.
Really?
No,
really?
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I want everyone to be safe. I want everyone to be safe. I want everyone to be healthy. So don't ever do anything that you think is going to put yourself in a compromised position.
That's
right.
Everybody
has on that one.
Everybody has the ability to, make decisions for themselves. But let me tell you something. Going to Dallas felt like things were back to normal, and that was an awesome feeling. Now, been to other shows.
So cool.
And they're doing the best they can, but Dallas felt like the nightmare was over. So that was a nice, just to feel it for a while.
That is awesome, though. That is awesome because basically you went somewhere where there wasn't that sense of fear around.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's so awesome, dude. That is freaking awesome.
And we took every precaution. We wore a mask.
Of course.
Everyone,
but you went and had fun.
Yeah,
you had fun. That's what.
And to my knowledge. None of the events I've been to have been super spreaders. So I think that's encouraging, be responsible and let's go back to normal, I'm hoping that's what happens. So
Take your raw garlic.
Yeah.
While you were at the conventions, do you have any fan stories?
I feel like I should have a fan story now that you asked for a fan story. You know what? For the most part, it's just been really great to see everybody.
You've been on panels?
You could, yeah. Oh, did we talk about Humberto already? Did we talk about that before the podcast started?
Well, we talked about Humberto, the draw off. Was that this?
Yeah. Did we talk about that before?
No.
Yeah, we talked about. That was during stream, but wait a minute, that happened.
That was me being. Yeah, that just happened. That was a Dallas.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you were telling us an old story from a long time ago, pre-pandemic. Okay, okay.
So you clearly got a lot on your plate as far as events go. Are there events coming up this year?
Yeah, well, it's so weird. It's so weird. Okay, and I don't know what I can and can't talk about, but obviously people are still trying to get back into the swing of things. You just you got to understand, there's a lot of trepidation. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to San Diego this year. This is going to be the second year where I haven't gone to San Diego. And I think the event that they're having, if you see an event that says limited edition, it's basically the convention organizers' way of saying, hey, we're trying to get back and up and running within the constraints that we have to work within now.
Right.
Because let me tell you something. If you have ever, before COVID, con crud was a very real thing.
Oh, yeah.
Con crud?
Okay?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Very much.
Yes. Kicks your butt.
Dude, I got con crud from coming back from Dubai. Let me tell you, anytime I do a con at a new place, I always get sick.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter where you go, because basically what you're doing is you're taking yourself, you're taking yourself out of sort of your little biosphere, and then you're putting yourself in another biosphere where you have it's War of the Worlds, right? You don't have an immunity.
We have 2 immune systems.
So normally you would just go to a place you've never had a con before, and you would go there and you'd come home and you'd be sick for days. And they just called it con crud, and everybody knew about it. Okay. And so, I've known for a long time, you go to conventions and you wash your hands, you have the hand sanitizer, because if you don't, then you're gonna go to these shows and you're gonna get sick as a dog. And then with COVID, then it's that potentially times a horrible lingering illness situation or whatever. So you're just you're doubling down on all the precautions and whatnot. But so far, so good, and yeah, no, it's been really nice to see people. Do I have any fan stories? I've had some good positive fan stories. Hopefully, I got a lot of people still waiting on commissions. As soon as I get this artist elite stuff done, I promise you I'll get right on that. But see, I tell people though, and this is what's hard about commissions. Everybody wants that commission. They want that commission at that show that you're at. And then you tell them look, I'm not only sold out for this convention, I'm sold out for the next 2 conventions.
Wow.
But they still want on the list, and you're like, okay, here's the only way I'm willing
it's going to take years.
Here's the only way I'm willing to put you on the list. If I can mail it to you and you're okay with it being a couple months late, and then the second you do that, inevitably, the next day they're like, hey, where's an update on my commission? I'm like, I just told you, I was sold out for 2 anyway. But I always tell people though, hey, I haven't spent your money. I don't spend the money until the commission's done. So anyone that ever wants a refund or anything like that, I'd be like, here you go. But
right. Does anybody ever want one?
I think I've had 1 or 2. Yeah. I think I've had 1 or 2.
Wow, that's fantastic if you're out years.
Something happens, some family tragedy happens, or
that's understandable.
Something, and all of a sudden they need that cash more than they need that drawing. Yeah.
That's super cool that you do that though.
Where could we go to go get a commission from you?
Well, you can go on MB Artists and order it for whatever show I'm doing. Now, as far as conventions next year, I think the first one, I think I got one in January. I need to consult the list. But just go to chadhardenart.com or MB Artists, and my appearance schedule should be there. I know I'm going to be doing a lot of Fan Expo shows. So if you have a fan, and this should also be noted, Fan Expo bought out Wizard World.
Yep.
So Fan Expo now is the largest convention organizer in North America. So
wait, what?
I hope to be doing.
Fan Expo bought out by who?
No, Fan Expo bought out Wizard World.
So
I think it's great that they did as well.
No, and let me tell you something. I love the people at FanX. I love them. They are a good crew.
Is FanX and Fan Expo the same?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, that's another lawsuit.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry about that. Because I was getting real confused for a second. I was like,
those guys are like, okay, we can't steal the name from Comic-Con. Who can we steal it from that? I know. Those guys, I swear.
Moving on.
I know.
I agree with you.
I know.
I agree with you.
I think right now we've actually only got one Fan Expo show that we're kind of slated, and we're still toying with which conventions we're going to be going to, just for travel limitations and stuff like that.
Definitely hit. You guys know how I feel about Salt Lake.
Yeah.
But I if you're that close, why not? 100,000 people. It's still a big show.
I didn't go last year, and I'm going to be totally honest with you.
Either.
I don't feel like I missed much. I just had Matt go and take 360
Comic-wise,
videos.
Comic-wise, you
and
probably
seeing
didn't.
those videos, I know I didn't miss much.
I got some just cool stuff from there. I was like, it was awesome.
New York
Getting to meet like Peter David
was
awesome.
a good show. Oh, I love
that?
Peter David. New York was a good show.
Oh,
Dallas was a good show.
That was from Crutchy.
Let's see. How was the New York Comic Con? I loved it. I loved it.
Nice.
Obviously, I think they capped it at less than 100,000. So it was right around like 100,000 attendees. So that's about a third of the crowd. But I made more money.
So does the volume? Did you notice that if the volume? Oh, I was just about to ask. Did you notice that the volume changed the amount of money that you made?
I did better. I think people are ready to come back.
Awesome.
Yeah,
yes.
I think people are like, yeah. For me,
they are ready. Open up. Woo!
Yeah,
Woo!
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, even though it was a third of the crowd, we did great. We did great. So yeah.
You know what?
Chad wasn't assaulted. That's right. Yeah.
That's what CouchCon is missing, getting sick from nerd face-to-face interactions.
That is not CouchCon is not missing that, Digi. That's all I gotta say.
There's a lot of reasons I'm not in Salt Lake.
Is there one convention above others though that you look forward to the most?
Las Vegas.
Amazing.
Oh.
Jimmy
Really?
J. Yes, Jimmy J.
That's your favorite con.
Yep. Well, and it's my
Guy
hometown.
says that one's awesome.
It's my hometown too.
Okay. That's
so
biased.
I get to go and I get to see all my buddies. Maybe my brother will show up.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh my gosh, you talk about good con stories. Yeah. Get to see
the
family.
panels there, guys.
Grandpa.
Oh, the panels there are life-changing panels too. Like it's seriously watching Chad
some good
Harden
ones. Yeah.
with a group of other like very successful creators, literally just talking about hanging out in the comic book store when they were kids. In fact, the name of this show is Couch, and that idea came from that panel because they were talking about how they would just go in and sit down and hang out in a comic book shop and just talk.
Friendly neighborhood comic store. The first one in Las Vegas.
Build everything up. It's
taking it on
so
the
cool.
couch in the comic book store. That's so cool.
Yeah, that was a good panel. That was good. Mary passed away, by the way.
Oh, I'm excited to hear that. My condolences.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. She had a good run, though. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Then that means she has a great legacy.
Yeah, she does. She does. But
Trying to remember now. Who
there's
else?
not a single person that is in the comics in Las Vegas doesn't owe a lot to them. That's for sure. So
we all get to learn a lot when Chad's joining us. Isn't he fantastic, guys? Everybody give him a round of applause.
I'm not gonna. I want to see what Joe said.
Joe actually says, I wanted to start a comic book store with a couch just like that when I heard Chad tell about that place.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Well, it's not, man. I wonder if we're ever going to see anything that chill ever again, you know?
Hopefully,
like you go into, it's really weird. Like, and don't get me wrong, like, have you guys been, what stores have you been to? Have you been to like Torpedo in Vegas or Celestial or, yeah.
Yeah, actually, you told me to go to, was it
Velvet Underground?
Right?
Velvet Underground. Did you go?
Or yeah, that place.
Yeah, he's got
awesome.
some video of that. It was pretty cool to watch.
Dude, I love Steve, bro.
Like, and the funniest thing is, Chad, is I go in and I forget Riddler's actual name. Riddler is the guy that owns the shop, though.
It's Tom.
And he was super polite, and I was like, yeah, look, my buddy Chad told me to come in and check out the store, and he's like, he was just so super friendly, and he's like, oh, yeah, and we're sitting there talking, and then, I left him some business cards so that he'd have them, and he looked at it, and the coolest thing that happened was he looked at it, and he said, oh, you guys are the cryptocurrency people. You're doing the Bitcoin comics, right? And I was like, well, it's not exactly that, but yeah, that's us. And hey, immediately, guys,
for his generation, that's a pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He goes, wait, you're just looking at the front. Let me show you the back room. And it's like his private little cubby of stuff. And guys, I have never seen a collection like that in my life. That dude's collection is unbelievable. It took me like an hour to kind of film this tiny little store that's just jam-packed full of stuff. It took me like 3 hours inside of that back room. There's so much cool stuff. The wallpaper is basically just keys, one after another, everywhere. Like it was mind-blowing. And I saw like 12 Chad Harden signatures.
Steve's got a good, and it's let me tell you something about Steve. Like people will come up to me all the time, like, dude, why do you go to that store? Why do you go to that store? Because Steve knows how to run. He knows how to run a store, and he knows how to do a signing. Like he knows how to treat comics. But yeah, I've had people all the time though. They're like, but no, Steve knows what he's doing, and he's one of a kind. So I'm glad you had a good experience. But you're absolutely right.
I had a great
experience. But like, if you went into Torpedo, night and day from that store, night and day, like could not be more different. Like going into Torpedo is like going into a museum. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Where everything's like behind glass and CGC'd and
lock and key.
Yeah.
Ask us and we may let you sniff.
Yeah. Sort of. Yeah. I mean, really. But like, if you ask me like where I want to go to sign, like, let me tell you something. When I first pulled up to Steve's store, there was probably a line like down the block and around the corner.
Wow.
And I've done more business in his store in an hour than I've done in an entire weekend at some shows. So he knows how to bring in. He's a good guy for sure.
He's dialed in. He's networked.
We have an idea, Chad.
Okay.
Like, we're for sure going to be amazing. I'm already even telling my entire team that like if we do another booth at a convention, that's the one that we would want to do it at. Because it's so creator focused, so creator friendly. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying anything negative about other business, out there, but I will say this is the one convention that I know you can go to and it's not going to be filled with leggings. Yep. You know what I mean? Things like that. It's very, very focused towards comic fans and pop culture fans without being, over the top and losing track of what's, what created that industry.
The creators.
But if possible, we need to try to get together and have you give us a tour of like some of the cool Vegas like comic spots.
It's on. Oh yeah.
Dude,
And here's what's sad though. Here's what's you got to remember though. Like
verbal contracts.
I lived in Vegas for the first 19 years of my life, and then I never really went back. So a lot of the stores that I shopped at, they're gone. They're not there anymore. You know,
well, don't take us to those ones.
I'm just saying.
Yes, do. Even if they're not there, I would love to hear your stories about.
No, and I got
the
stories. I got stories. But yeah, I mean, like when I grew up there, it was so like I said, Friendly, and then after Friendly, Dreamwell, Page After Page, Triple J, Final Frontier.
These are all in Vegas?
Yeah. Oh, dude, there's like right now, there's like 2 Celestial stores. They got Desert Wind, Celestial Comics, Vegas Comics. Yeah, there's Maximum J.
Poor Boy Comics. There's like 3
Torpedo.
locations.
Yeah, Vegas is pretty as far as comics go. And that's what always blew my mind. Like we had all these really great stores and we didn't have a convention. And that's why I love Jimmy, because Jimmy came in and established a really good show there. And then, established really good shows. All the Jimmy shows have been good shows. You talk about some crap luck, like with the hurricane in Hawaii and stuff like that, but yeah, I hope Jimmy comes back swinging in 2020. I'll definitely be there because it's a great run show with great people. Yeah.
Well, they made an announcement. It's going to be in June 2022.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Is this the Amazing Con? Crutchy put it up.
Yep.
17th, 18th, and 19th.
Oh, that's right before my birthday.
Wow, 18 shops in Vegas now. Yeah, that's nuts.
Oh,
that's nuts. And they're good, like I said, good shops too. I see Torpedo everywhere.
Well, this is
Torpedo's in New York. So.
Frog Toy says, I've never been to a brick and mortar comic book store. We don't have one here.
Whoa. Frog Toys, where are you at?
Yeah, don't put your location in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell
everybody on the team.
Use code.
Yeah.
He's in the east somewhere. I know that much.
Actually, hold on.
Let's narrow this down. Are there a lot of Mormons?
Oh no.
Well, it's around somewhere.
I can say it. I'm still Mormon.
Hey, actually, they're not Mormons anymore. They're LSD. Or no, I'm sorry. LDS.
No, Jared, stop.
Ladies and gentlemen,
we have jumped the
Jared.
Woo!
LDS. That's what I said. Latter-day Saints. That's what they are. They're not Mormon anymore.
I want to take this opportunity to apologize. If that was found offensive
sorry,
by anyone. It was
guys.
not
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jared, my mom watches this show.
Oh, sorry, dude. So fine.
I mean, yeah. So
sorry.
Now my mom's gonna have to tell my dad to beat me up, and it'll be this whole mess, and it'll be all your fault. All your fault, Jared.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it through, guys. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry.
So, Chad, going back to these shirts, because we got to come up with some new designs for shirts.
Hey.
And no, this isn't a formal announcement that we're coming back with shirts for everything, but we've been working on a few things here. So bear with us, guys.
Okay.
One problem that we have is that the shirts we do, I made a promise to you that each one of those designs would be limited to a certain amount.
Yeah.
I can't make you a new one, or that makes me a liar.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
So
we have to make new ones.
I realize I gotta make new stuff. Right.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I'm
oh
yeah. And
mic drop.
Now Matt and Jared got to see.
Yeah. No, don't show Fry because he was late.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, sorry, Fry.
Okay,
I have Skype on my
late.
computer right now. Matter of fact, we can
talk
talk
it's
about
wonderful.
hatching right now.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, and we got to enjoy it, and you didn't.
Frog
bud.
Toys, check out Comic Books 101, Books Galore, or Isle of Comics. All three of those are within 45 minutes of your location.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look at
nice.
that.
Dude,
There you
freaking Fry
go.
with the deliver. Unless you can't drive.
They got
Uber.
trains. They got trains.
Uber. Dude, you're unstoppable, Fry. You're unstoppable. You deserve to see what Chad was showing us, and he'll probably show you.
I think we can we show?
Joe says, get that boy some shirts. If he wears just one to a convention, I'll do a backflip.
Whoa.
I have
We get
seen
On
that
a
video.
trampoline,
We
or
need that
on
on
the
video.
ground? I want to know if it's on a trampoline or on the ground, because I tried to do a backflip on the trampoline, and I am old.
Oh man, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, it was scary. I was like, "Yep,
Yeah.
not doing that again."
I tried to do
That's
a
taking-
backflip, and then I woke up.
I learned after a certain age, the number one killer, besides like the obvious like cancer, heart disease, is falling after a certain age. I was like,
Oh, dumbass or dumb butt stuff you used to do when you were a kid. Yeah, sorry about that.
We
Fry.
were doing so
sorry.
good this show.
Sorry.
So good.
Sorry.
all I do is talk and just and then Andrew's like flipping his desk.
Nobody's
Flip the
losing.
desk.
Hear me out. What about a Crypto Comics mask? And Frog Toys says, I don't think I need any Crypto Comics t-shirts. Well, you've actually got more than I have. Frog Toys does.
Yeah.
Frog Toys and Crutchy. You two actually, well, and Chad for a while, but now Chad can't wear them. But those three, you three had more than I even had. But Frog Toy says, I don't think I need a new crypto shirts, but dang, do I want a crypto hat. So the hats were a gift from Matt. Yeah. Matt hooked us up.
Yes. Look at this. Look at this. This has the cool little fingers on it right here. I look like aerodynamic.
Matt's
a hero.
Matt,
Dude, I mean, he was like the biggest
hat.
hero of the day.
Let me know your size.
I got a big head.
Dude.
Big head size.
Well,
a big head size.
And Illusion says about the mask, actually, we're looking into a few different things. One limitation that we noticed with shirts is, especially on these platforms, if you look at my chest, if you didn't know where I'm from or it wasn't in the name, even this with a giant logo on the front, you don't really see. And so we're toying with a few different ideas here.
Yeah, like neck collars. Have you seen it? Like Crypto Comics right here on your jugular. Neck collar.
Just get it tattooed. Quit messing around, Jared. Go hard.
I'm sorry. I was. Oh, you hear me? We can dangle them off our ear. Oh, right here. CryptoComics.com. Right on the cheekbone. That'd be good.
So yeah, we will make an announcement as soon as we have kind of the collective all together. And as far as everything goes, I will say that one of the things that we're definitely going to be working on doing into next year is bringing back swag packs in a new and slightly different way. One of the main things that we noticed is that many creators wanted to have their things included into the swag packs. Amy, our logistics coordinator, did a killer job at handling that, but we noticed that as time is going on, more and more creators want a part of that, and we have to figure out a way to make it so a swag pack doesn't have 300 comic books in it, because nobody wants to get that. No, I'm just kidding.
Nobody wants to pay to send that is the problem. That is not a cheap package.
There's a lot of people that win a swag pack. They would really prefer a comic from one of these creators rather than a shirt. And so we're trying to find like a nice little balance and figure that out and get it all built out as part of our marketing platform. So
cool.
And in the interim, these guys create badges. Is that
dude, I'm down.
Chad,
where's
make
my
us
badge
a cool
for tonight?
badge. Dude, make us a cool badge. You make the best badges. You've made the best badges. Make the image.
Can you even
give
say
it to
please?
Fry.
The man was just talking about how he's
I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Fry. or Chad. Sorry about that. Please, pretty please. Please, God.
We can repurpose some artwork. I don't see why not.
Repurpose. Everybody, let Chad know he is a saint for repurposing.
Here, I'm gonna zoom in on this one picture, and then Should we show Andrew?
Please.
Yeah. Dude,
Right.
Yeah.
wait.
We're ready?
Are you showing him behind the scenes?
Yeah, this is
How are you
behind the
gonna
scenes.
do that?
Okay.
Yeah,
we're
don't
not
take
sure
that
if
live.
He's allowed to show this anybody.
You
so
can't.
If you're
This
watching,
can't go
keep it a secret.
public.
Okay.
You guys are jerks. All these people
I think
out
we
there.
can. I think
Comment how disappointed you're gonna be, guys.
I think so long as we hashtag Artist Elite in it, I think they're okay with that.
Sucker.
All right, here we go. Let's see.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
While Chad's pulling that up, Frog Toy says, my favorite thing I ever got in the swag pack, other than the tactical coaster, that is the ultimate dad joke.
I love the tactical coaster.
Nobody even got it until we made these things. Chad, did you see those?
I did see those. I think I have one.
Like it's pinnacle of dad joke. I'm pretty proud of that. Okay, so
Now,
I'm going to add this
we're all
onto
proud
the
of you
Here's,
for
here's the other one.
Yeah, but that
Beverage-
wasn't a tactical frisbee.
So, fun fact, I actually forgot the name of a coaster. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning when I was working on the design. And so I just typed out.
I knew there was
Beverage Plate
I knew there was a story behind that. I was like, okay, who forgot the name of Coast?
Guilty as charged.
There we go.
Oh, you can't show this. Wait, who put this up?
I did.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I thought we couldn't
Ah,
show it.
so
no,
cool.
for fake, Jared.
No, there's other things I can't show, but I think this is one of them.
Okay. I'm just making sure, keeping Chad
So-
from getting himself
so
in
I'm-
trouble. He gets
I'm
all
doing the
excited,
Draculas.
wants to show off.
Doing
I
the
want to
flash
tattoo that on
vampires.
myself. So
Notice
bad.
non-sparkly. There's no sparkly.
Oh, what? There's no diamond skin?
No diamond
Oh my
skin.
jeez. So we're not going to have teams, I'm assuming.
I guess not. I guess I'm gonna try and bring back-
This
You're
is
trying
why
to
I would
inject-
love to get you on a show where you're like teaching the audience how to do the hatching because I love it.
So yeah, this is hatching
Oh,
right here.
cool.
Just these lines. So when you're working in comics, you just have black and white. You don't have you don't even have gray really. I mean, you could do
Right.
some dry brushing and things like that. So if you're trying to indicate a value change, you've got to do it with hatching. So hatching is just when lines go one direction, and cross hatching is when you cross the hatches. So anyway, I never
Okay.
really thought I don't know. I mean, obviously there's a lot of hatching on this image, but I'd never thought I was like that good at it. So
That is so sick.
anyway, it's getting there.
That doesn't that look awesome?
So
dude?
now
That
if you
is sick.
follow the let's see, I think when we did on my Twitch, we did the thumbnails. So this is the thumbnails we worked up here. Let me see. There we go.
See, I'm not the only one that does it. Logo
Does
here.
what?
Yeah, look. Here. So here's the
I
working
kinda
title.
like sexy vampires.
There we go. That's the working title. Copyright. But so
great.
the whole idea though, and what we're doing on my Twitch channel is it's Comics 101. So I'm basically, I have my students on, they're co-hosts, and it's
cool.
educational. So I'm teaching them and helping them with their books, and at the same time like working on my own stuff. So we did the thumbnails, and if you're not doing thumbnails, everything should start as a thumbnail. So each one of these drawings is roughly the size of your thumb. I mean, that hence the term. They're really quick, and they're just so you can work out some of your issues like composition. And with this one, these were all the thumbnails that we got done in an hour.
Wow.
We're borrowing from classic cinema posters. This one I'm stealing a lot from Salem's Lot, which is one of my favorite Stephen King novels. The miniseries was horrifying to me as a child. Rewatching it again as an adult, it's almost laughable. But once again, lots of things are better when you're a kid. So we played with this composition, changed the lighting here, changed the lighting again here, and then I was like, well, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can show more of the vampire. And then, so basically, I think this is the one that everyone basically responded to in that stream.
I kind of like the sexy vampire,
but I kind of like the sexy vampire. So,
Yeah.
So I think we went with this one, and then we added sexy vampires behind. But I still have this part down.
I mean,
here.
is there anything cooler than a sexy vampire?
I don't know.
A sexy werewolf. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure sexy vampires are.
Please don't listen to Jared.
You don't have to shave them, all right?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. A sexy Frankenstein.
So we threw this inside a chat there, guys, so you guys can give chat a follow. As he mentioned, he's got his channel over there on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Chad Harden, no spaces. Looks like you got a lot of videos on there. Pretty cool.
Yeah, we're working, like I said, before when I was streaming, we weren't going to YouTube. Mm-hmm. We weren't saving the videos. And like now we're trying to do it. We're trying to basically, build as we go. So we're going to talk about, layouts, lettering, why not to skip on those things. We're going to talk about formatting your comics, both for web and print, because I think that's another frontier that's going to have to come down. Webtoons, just so you guys know, like Webtoons right now is absolutely killing it. Mm-hmm. I mean, the amount of people that are reading webcomics is insane.
How many readers are on Webtoons right now, do you think?
I know books that have millions and millions of subscribers.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I think
awesome.
I think right now there's one book in particular that has like 100 million followers. Like it's an insane.
Wow.
Yeah.
100 million followers. So that's unique readers.
Yes.
Wow.
And
that's incredible.
Yep, it is. So and then a lot of my students, I've had 2 students that are basically making a full-time living working for Webtoons. So they're actually producing comics, they're getting paid. It's what they do for a living.
So Webtoons. So they're publishing. Webtoons is publishing then?
And they're paying people.
That's fantastic.
Now you still gotta negotiate your rates. You still gotta play hardball. You still gotta read your contracts and all that stuff, but it can be done.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome.
Yeah. So with that much readership, I think they're going to be a lot more secure in their future than say the traditional big 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So I'm teaching, like I said, I'm teaching my students like, okay, these are things you got to think about. This changes everything. So now let's talk about how we can do it for both. Because, Webtoons is a scrolling format. If you ever look at any web comics that are built for scrolling, they're literally just an insanely long JPEG or whatever that and it's like 10 million times long as it is wide. And but one of the things you got to remember is that if you just build your comic for Webtoons, it's not going to be high enough resolution for print. So you really got to format it for both. And you got to be forward thinking, because when it comes to really monetizing, the people who make who I've seen that make the most money are people that still have something for print. Why did I become a teacher? That's a great question. First of all, my family they're all teachers. My mom was a teacher. My grandmother was a teacher. My aunts are all teachers. Wow. So we come from a long line of teaching. I was always good at it.
Bless you.
But let me tell you something. God bless the teachers out there today. Lord knows they're not in it for the money. And and let me tell you another thing. Your kids are terrible people.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
He's not lying.
I'm just saying.
I substituted. I substituted for 3 days. No, 2 days. It was pure hell.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll never do this again.
3 days,
my kids are awful.
Yeah. No, they really are.
Right.
They really are. And you got to remember, there's 2 types of people that actually teach. People that think that they can make a difference in the world and that it's a noble calling and they're called to it. And then there's people that want to have power over their children. And all that's happening right now is you're chasing away the people that are good people that really want to help your children out. That's a dying breed. And all that's being left at this point are sociopathic narcissists. So
that's scary.
Yeah, strap in.
But,
well, you can't
strap in. He says.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I'm telling my kids to go to a freaking trade
society.
Trade school.
They build society. I mean, let's face it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, families do as much as they can, but let's face it. Where's your child at most of the time? They're at school.
8 hours a day, 5 days a week.
You didn't have to deal with like the parents. I mean, you taught mostly like college.
Well, that's just it. I'm teaching adults who, when they get in trouble, still call their parents. And I'm like, I'm sorry, who are you? Your child is an adult. You're out of the picture. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For real.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
But let me tell you something.
Well, legally,
that's part of the problem.
Disclose any information to the parents.
No, you can't. No, and that's just
they're an adult.
Like, but what I'm saying though is that they have this mentality that somehow that their 18-year-old or 26-year-old is still their business.
Really?
You know? Yeah. No.
Oh man, I'm doing mine at 18. I've already told them all. I'm like, you're getting out.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. When your child is a child, it's absolutely your business. But when they're an adult,
100%.
Guess what? You don't get a say.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Matt said. You can't even loop them in on the conversation. It's like, bye. Yeah. Who are you? Oh, you're not them. Bye.
Yeah.
See, I taught at the high school level, and so I had parents come in and be like, "Why aren't you teaching my kid work ethic?" I'm like, "That's your job, Toots." Sorry, you know,
Toots.
Yeah, that's the word he used too. It is. It's well, I'll give you an example. I shouldn't talk anyway.
Yeah, you should not.
But
okay.
I see teachers who, if I were a student, I would kill to be in their class. Okay. Right. Like there are people who I recognize like how transformative they are as a teacher, how amazing they are as an artist. And I'm like, if I was a student, I would be doing everything I can to get in that person's class. And the kids that I see don't want to take their classes because they know they're hard. And I'm like, what are you doing? What do you do? What do you think life is? Life is, not a participation trophy. There's nobody that's going to be like, oh, you did okay. Here you go. No.
Thank you.
Life is struggle. Like, I'm not a religious person, but there's the most truthful statement ever written down was, by the sweat of thy brow shalt thou eat thy bread all the days of thy life. And if you're not in it to win it and to bust your hump and to work hard.
Well, here's a point. Here's a point to that statement. How many times have you put yourself into very uncomfortable situations that have put you in extreme amounts of pressure, and you've come out on the other side better for it? Because
that's the way life works. That's the way life works. You learn just as much, if not more, from your failures as you do as your success.
Hey, I run to my mistakes so that I can learn what I've done wrong and change it. Boom, and do what's right and move on.
Rose, what questions did you ask that we didn't hit?
Yeah, let me check here. Rose says that she's had a couple of questions. Let's see, Rose. One of the questions you had was, is the picture a giant Vlad the Impaler?
No.
No.
Chat's got some limitations on things.
Right.
You can't go too into detail on it, and we don't want to try to push that out of him.
But now we can say that the genre of that comic is vampiric.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
So, and then Rose also asked Jared, awesome. When did you open your surprise temerity package?
I did that on stream with a couple of times actually. Mm-hmm. But I have it right over here. I have 2 signed temerities that are going to be worth billions.
So I was wrestling with an unboxing that I was going to do because we normally do unboxings on the show and everything too.
Don't show it.
Don't do it.
Try. I
And
know
literally,
try. Stop. Nope.
This is the only element that I can show from the entire Kickstarter.
Questionable, dude.
It's just that chip.
Okay, good.
That is
Holy
the
mackerel.
only element.
Is that the character that's on the cover?
Yeah. So I got Becky Fuller's like first
Fuller
variant cover because I thought that'd be super cool. And I'm gonna be honest with you. They had to edit it a little bit for it to be on Kickstarter. I expected that to be how it came, how it would come. It came a little bit different, so I can't even show it. But I'm excited to have Becky's first cover, and I got a coin for Mark May's coin for Hellbringers because I backed both of those, and I can't show more than. More than that.
That's an incredible. Hold on.
Cool. Yeah. I can't do it with it blowing up like that. We're gonna word it that way. But so it's kind of cool. I'm really excited about that one. But there is thank you for all the signatures.
Boy, look at those. Really?
Oh,
really?
There's a lot of signatures, but this is one of those packages where after I opened it and I forgot I even really backed the campaign, to be honest with you guys. It's been a bit, and I was just like, "Ooh, this one's going in the back of the long box." One of those.
Woo!
Frog Toys, thank you.
Oh, way cool, Frog Toys.
Yeah,
first comic I ever bought. Good way to start.
Yeah.
That was
so much.
And man, those covers that were done for that campaign were so freaking awesome. Man, all the people who did them, they were just fantastic.
Yeah, that was a lot, dude. That was a lot of work. And now, was that your first? I'm still working. I'm still working to, because I did cover trades, and I still have source cover trade to do.
Oh wow!
So I'm still working on artistically paying off Hellbringers.
Well, we saw that at New York. You had met up with Philip Russert.
Yes,
and he's very well known, especially with Tragedy, on having a wide selection of covers. I mean, I'm pretty sure that 3/4 of that shelf is Tragedy 1. But
no, he really went in and got the variant, and there's so much. It's so weird. Like, for once again, me working with Marvel and DC mostly, like, I really didn't even understand what a variant was till very, very later, and how collectible the variants are, and how much they play into doing that. And here's the thing: like, I don't have a ton of money. Like, I mean, some of these covers for these variants, I mean, you're talking about laying down some serious cash. And so the only thing I can do is offer a trade of artwork. Like, look, I don't have the money to pay you, but I can give you a Chad Harden piece for yours. So everyone that did Hellbringers, it was a trade. We traded artwork. So they did a variant for me, and I'm going to do a variant for them. Now I did Marat's, I've done Eddie's, I've done.
Are they all the same picture? Or are they all different?
No, they're all different.
Oh wow!
And they're all released. So you can the only person who I haven't done is Sora's. And every time I see her, she's like, "I'm coming for you, Harden." I'm like, "Okay, all right. I owe you. It's okay. I expect this to happen.
You will pay me."
Yeah, no, she's like, I'm saving it. I'm like, okay. So, that's, and dude, it's covers are it's a lot of work. It's all a lot of work.
Yes,
so that's what people. That's another thing about art. I think when people look at stuff like postmodernism or Picasso or whatever, or Pollock, and they don't understand. They're like, okay, they send their kids. They're like, okay, anybody can do this. It's like, no. This is hard. This is some of the hardest stuff you can do. And the other thing that makes it hard is making art is a compulsion. I was obsessed with it my entire life, have been always. I'm not happy unless I'm drawing. The more I draw, the happier I am. Obviously you need to have balance in your life, which I didn't have a lot of balance on Harley. So it's been good for me doing, finding out that I can do collector-owned books. And if I want to take a weekend off and spend it with my family, I can. Creator-owned books. That's the thing that excites me the most, is that it's something that for me is sustainable, because, when you're working for a publisher, it's like, oh man, that is, it's a grind. And they will chew you up and spit you out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So hats off to all the people that did it. Oh yeah, grab it. Hey, thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for putting oh my gosh, Tom over the top for a second there.
Yeah, very cool.
Yes, thank you.
Wow, really?
Yeah,
that's what put him over the top.
Yes,
very cool.
Yep, yeah,
that is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a big one for Tom. He put a lot into that, and that cover you did was freaking awesome, Chad. Like seriously, that was fantastic.
Yeah. No, and Tom's a lot of fun. Oh, he's a lot of fun. Good guy. We still talk. That's and seeing that once again. That's the great thing about doing this. Like Tom and I probably chat more than just about anybody on Messenger anymore. So it's like you do these projects, you make friends, and then you keep them. And anyway, see, pick a rose from the 9 pictures and number on your Instagram. Can someone give me context to that?
I think Rose is asking us to jump onto Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, Rose. I am terrible about Instagram. I very, very rarely.
I don't even have an Instagram.
I mean,
they said I'm too young.
The thing is, I've got all my own personal social media platforms, but then we've also got the company social media platforms, and we've also got like all those other things. It gets to a point to where I just kind of don't personally like to use it, because I'm using it all day as it is for other reasons.
Rose, I'm trying to figure out what it is. I'm investigating.
Do you have an Instagram?
I do.
Chad?
It's
my
Instagram.
It's my biggest social media. I think it's just
Harden
_art on Instagram.
So what is Instagram?
It's a social medias.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't. I mean, so is it like Facebook?
But it revolves around pictures. But before we get carried away and have to teach Jared what social media means, we are already at 2.5 hours.
What?
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Come on, guys. We can talk about social media all night. I know some conspiracy theories about social media.
So you guys send me whatever it is, Rose's. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, we
didn't realize that was me. And then I'll make sure that I'm drawing it. So
wait, what?
I think Rose wants me to draw Rose. I'm not sure.
Oh, possibly. She actually has a badge in the system too. That's a Rose.
Okay. All right. There we go.
And Rose is awesome.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Chad, for joining us.
Hey, thank you guys.
Yes, always.
Always. No, always a pleasure. Like I said, I'm hoping here soon. That's the biggest requirement for me to participate in crypto comics, is to create something that's mine alone, and that's what I'm working on. So anyway,
so you'll keep us up to date, right, buddy?
I will, absolutely. The second I can talk about this stuff more freely, I will. In the meantime, look out for anything that says "I Kind of Like Sexy Vampires" by Chad Harden.
Okay, all right.
You can follow Chad Harden
and where
all the various socials. Yeah, go follow Chad. His Twitch is linked above.
Yeah,
make sure
and
you follow him there.
It's really hard to do. I'm Chad Harden everywhere. So Chad Harden on Facebook, Harden Art on Instagram. Anyway, yeah, and all my links are there too. And I'm going to be rebranding, so stuff's easier to find as well. ChadHardenArt.com will take you to the MB Artist, where you can buy my prints. I got a beautiful Spider-Man print just in time for yes, for the 17th. So yeah, make sure you get your bus stop for your nerd cave. at home. Makes a great stocking stuffer.
Right on.
Hey, and something
Jared
that
and
needs
Matt,
to be
thank you
said.
guys for running the stream without me here.
Oh, it was our
Yeah.
pleasure,
It's all
dude.
good.
Best start we ever had, man. Freaking, it was awesome.
Okay. With that being said, we're going to close this stream out, and we're going to see if Jared can actually interrupt the closing stream video. Later, everybody.
What? Oh, I can interrupt it just fine. Thank you very much.
Come on, bro.